Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a very special live stream presentation. Today is May 16th, 2022, and it's a very special occasion today for us Star Wars fans. Today marks the 20th anniversary of Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. Yes, it's been 20 years since the second part of the prequel trilogy was released. Can you believe it's been 20 years? It's crazy. So this special live presentation stream will just be a general discussion of the film, kind of looking back at it, our memories of it, discussing some of that. We'll look at some articles that came out from StarWars.com today, including some interviews with Hayden Christensen, some of the cast and crew production stuff as well. And also stay tuned for a very special big announcement that I'm making today for the future of certain things you might be seeing. That's all I'll say for now. We'll save that announcement for later in the show. But joining me for now, again, we'll have some more guests hopefully trickle in as the show goes on. But joining me for right now, it's the one, it's the only, Mr. Eddie Oh My Diaz. What's up, Eddie?
Hey, what's up, RJ? I know I can't miss this.
Yeah, I know. It's a very special day, very special occasion. So I'll ask you something in a second. Let's say hello to the chat real quick. Keely Chow's here. Hello, Keely Chow. What's up? Don Martin's here, so you Attack of the Clones. Many good parts to it, some bad. Yeah, we'll get into that. Can't believe I forgot Obi-Wan next week. Yeah, Obi-Wan is releasing next week, absolutely. Padme is my wife, no question. Okay. The Clone Wars made me appreciate the prequel so much. Yeah, I think it had that effect for a lot of people, absolutely. So, Eddie, let me ask you this. We'll start off with you, man. When did you first see Attack of the Clones? Do you remember when you first saw the film?
I think because I became a Star Wars fan late. I was introduced with Star Wars with the Clone Wars, but I think around 2011, I believe, is when the first time I saw Attack of the Clones.
Mm. For me, I think it must have been when I was about I want to say 5, 6. I know I watched episode 1 and 2 before I saw episode 3 in theaters, and that was 2005. So I must have been like really, really little. Like I honestly don't remember much about the first two prequel movies. I mean, I was born a couple days actually after the Phantom Menace premiered, if I remember correctly. When did the Phantom Menace come out? I gotta check that real quick. Phantom Menace release date. That was May 19th, 1999. I was born 2 days before the Phantom Menace came out. That's crazy. I'm as old as that movie. 23. That movie's 23 years old. But yeah, Attack of the Clones is a really interesting film when it comes to the Star Wars saga. It's often considered to be the worst Star Wars movie. I'm not, but let me ask you this, Eddie. Like, do you think this is the worst Star Wars movie?
I have a soft spot in my heart for the prequels, but when it comes to Attack of the Clones, I believe it is the worst one.
Out of all of them, out of all the movies.
I
Because I don't think it's the worst one anymore, personally.
I know
it used to be the worst one. I don't think it is anymore.
the only thing I can really think of is maybe stuff like that was in the Last Jedi, or obviously the Rise of Skywalker. I can think of those two, but in the same time, it's like I don't know, because the prequels was really that era of Star Wars was really weird. It just lots of stuff that was like okay, I guess, but
Right.
I don't know. For now, I'd say Attack of the Clones.
Okay. I know, because you have to understand when it comes to me, my history with Star Wars. I got into Star Wars because my dad, and my uncle hate this movie. They still hate this movie. They do not like it whatsoever. What's up, Better Late Than Never? Saying Eddie is the embodiment of greatness. He is peak. Where's my love? It's my show, goddammit. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, like my uncle and my dad introduced me to Star Wars, and they absolutely hate this movie. Like they really, really don't like the prequels whatsoever. Because that just, but the prequel era was what I grew up with, right? So the thing about it is, I I never loved at least the first two prequels. I think everyone kind of agrees that Revenge of the Sith is the best one. I mean, it just is. Um, but Attack of the Clones, I think I like more than Here's the funny thing with me when it comes to compare this one to the Phantom Menace. Like, for me, I think Phantom Menace is just boring for most of it. It's just a boring movie until like the last 20 to 30 minutes. Like, I just think it's a boring movie until we get to Duel of the Fates and the assault on the Trade Federation ship. Like, outside of that, it's just like it's not very interesting. But I think there's better ideas in that movie now, looking back at it. Kinda. I mean, I don't know. I think Attack of the Clones has some aspects of it that I think work better. Like, for example, I think that kind of seeing more of the Jedi kind of do more things is always a treat. There's no little kid Anakin anymore, so it's not no whippy, or I'll try spinning. That's a good trick. You know, you ain't gotta worry about that anymore, right? Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Personally, I don't think Attack of the Clones is the worst Star Wars movie anymore. I still think it ranks towards the bottom for me personally, but there's aspects of the film that I do still appreciate and can look fondly on, even if I think that it's one of the weaker ones. Because, like I said, I still think probably the worst Star Wars movie is The Rise of Skywalker. I still think that's probably the worst one they've ever made, which sucks because that's like the one you don't want to be bad. It's the last one. But I think that there are redeemable aspects to this film. I will kind of go over a little bit as we go on. Yeah, now this is pod racing. But yeah, I mean, when you look, I mean, because I know for you, Eddie, this ranks at the bottom. I mean, is there anything from this film that you can take away from that you liked?
Oh, of course.
Oh, okay.
There's lots of stuff I love in this film. It's just that overall, it's just like it's the one I at least look. I do like the Phantom Menace more than Attack of the Clones, and
Really? Why is
yeah,
that? Is it because of Darth Maul? Because everyone says it's because of Darth
no,
Maul.
Darth Maul is cool, and obviously Duel of the Fates is cool as score and all that. But
That is true. Yoda is in this one more, so that does
yeah,
help. Although
I
they do some things with Yoda that are controversial. What's up, TW McKay saying, happy 20th to Attack of the Clones. Even though Attack of the Clones is my least favorite, I still like it quite a bit. Hope you two are doing okay. Just dropping in to leave a like and say, hey, well, I appreciate that, TW. Thank you very much. But yeah, continue, Eddie.
I don't know. I guess I have no problem with little kid Anakin, Jake Lloyd playing Anakin in the first film. I have no problem with the. I get it. Some of that stuff was kind of cringy and stuff like that. But it's like it's a little kid. What do you expect? Even the Star Wars kids are to be kids. But I like Darth Maul does help, and I get it. There's some plot elements like the Metachlorians, or however you
Oh,
pronounce it.
yeah, the midichlorians, yeah.
Yes, and then they were like, "Wait, what the hell?" Like, you could like, do you have a certain count or a certain amount of your body that determines how strong you are in the Force, something like that, or stuff like Jar Jar Binks. Obviously, is the biggest sin of that movie.
And yeah, Jar Jar's not in this one as much. He's just kind of in the background doing things.
I mean, like I said, it's when you think of the first film, it's like what you get afterwards, because that was our first introduction to these characters like Qui-Gon or younger Obi-Wan, because that was perfect casting, I think, in my opinion. It's like, if it wasn't for that, we would never would have got this man as Obi-Wan Kenobi, and that obviously we wouldn't get the show that's coming out next week either. But no, there's lots of redeeming moments. And obviously, seeing the Jedi Council, seeing more Jedi than just Obi-Wan, Luke, and then obviously Vader who turned. That's like it expands more on the galaxy. I get it. It's like a crappy movie, but it's like it does so much. I hope the whole prequels in general expand so much of Star Wars, and we wouldn't have gotten stuff like Clone Wars or Rebels or anything else if it wasn't for this. But that's my opinion. That's my opinion on the whole Phantom Menace being better, I guess.
What's up, Fourth 1000? Interesting how these movies were so hated and Star Wars was a joke. Are now loved because the new movies are worse. Was Nolan's Batman trilogy good, or was Schumacher so bad they had to be good? That's an interesting question to ask. In regards to the prequel conversation when it comes to Star Wars, I do think retroactively it's a combination of two things. I think people from our generation got older, and because we were the ones that the prequels were made for, we tend to be a little more kinder to them, and we remember them more fondly because that was the Star Wars we grew up with, right? Um, I grew up with the prequels and stuff like Lego Star Wars. Because here's the funny thing about me: I remember most of the plots to the Star Wars movies, not because of the movies, because I haven't rewatched the prequels a bunch. I just remember replaying the Lego Star Wars, the complete saga versions of the first 3 movies. So I remember all the beats of the movies because of that, you know. Um, but I think it's a combination of our generation kind of warming up to these movies and us being able to participate in more online discussions. Therefore, the people who talk about Star Wars today are prequel fans. And I do think in part is because the sequels were not as great as they could have been. But I guarantee you 10 to 20 years from now, there will be kids who grew up with the sequels that's their favorite Star Wars, and they'll be able to talk about it fondly despite all of its flaws. It's just kind of a cycle of how it is, you know? Um, in regards to that last comment, Nolan's Batman trilogy was good. I mean, yes, it came after the Schumacher films, but they were still, you know, I think they were helped because they came after such bad movies. I think that's obviously something that I think I can agree with, but I do think that they were good movies on their own as well. So that's just my perspective, at least.
No, I like I said, I say that Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, I kind of call them crappy, but I still love them. I just have a soft spot for them. I don't know why. The whole prequels in general, I never hated them. It's just that I understood that they weren't as great as the original trilogy, but I still always had a soft spot. Even for the sequels, I'm not gonna be out of nowhere saying, oh, this and that, this and that. I think it's more of people, because when people were hating on the prequels, they just hated it because it's not what they wanted from Star Wars. After the originals, they were like, wait, what the hell is this? Everything was more brand new stuff. There's nothing wrong with expanding the universe, but people are just like, the way it's more, not just more comedic, because obviously with Jar Jar Binks was just there just to be comic relief, but like it was more of the dialogue and how everything was structured. Even with Hayden's own acting, when people were calling it robotic, stuff like that. I think that's what people really had a problems with when it comes to the prequels. But when it comes to sequels, people are just, I get it. It's definitely, it's not manufactured. Hey, it's still real criticism in terms of not really respecting the source material or respecting the prequels or obviously the original trilogy in terms of people like Luke, Leia, and Han, and how they never really had a plan. They were just working as they went. Like with J.J. Abrams and Ryan Johnson definitely did his own thing instead of just following what J.J. did. That's why J.J. had to come back and try to retcon as much as he could, as well as doing something new. I get it. There was no plan. I get it that it wasn't really. It looked like Star Wars. I think, in my opinion, and I don't know if people get mad. It felt more like Star Wars in the prequels, but it was just not it either.
Yeah.
But there's mostly when it comes to sequels, I know some people like the obviously hate outragers and stuff definitely ruin the perception of the sequels. But I like it's getting better now. That's all I have to say. Star Wars is definitely getting better now.
Yeah. What's up, Bradley? Samir's here. Happy 20th anniversary to Yoda versus Dooku. #badass. We'll get to that. I know that was controversial at the time, too. It was cool. People really hated Yoda using a lightsaber. So we'll talk about that, too. Star Wars Larry comes up next week. Why are you calling it Star Wars Larry? Is there a joke I'm missing? I don't know. Nick Jones here asking, is there a particular scene you don't like from Attack of the Clones, RJ and Eddie? Oh, there's probably a ton of scenes that I could name. Trying to think of one specifically. I think the plan to kill Padme in the beginning is really stupid. Oh, Dooku's gonna hire a bounty hunter to kill Padme, who hires another bounty hunter to kill Padme, who uses bugs to kill Padme instead of shooting her from the window. Like, if you wanted to kill Padme that badly, you could have done it in a better way, right? I mean, there's some cool action sequences in the movie, of course. I mean, there's some dialogue moments that are kind of cringy, but I mean, it's very over the top and romanticized,
Mm-hmm.
But what about you, Eddie? Is there a scene in particular that really stands out to you, that something you don't like?
There's a lot, to be honest, but I think it's the way Anakin was interacting with Padme, like all the weird staring, or the as if he was trying to like force her to like him and stuff. Like the way he was going about it, like it was just weird to me. Like I don't know, maybe they definitely got married too soon, but it's like all that weird dialogue they had between each other when they were like just hanging out and all that stuff. I was like, damn, this is kind of cringy, to be honest. Like, let's go to something else, man. Frolicking in the fields and all that shit too. It was like, okay, let's go, I guess.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm responding to somebody. Not related to Star Wars, but people are actually trying to argue with me that Natalie Portman's arms are CGI in Thor: Love and Thunder.
No. Fuck that. I hate that so much, man. She actually worked out.
Yeah, I'm sending them a picture of the set photos because they really don't believe me.
Yeah, it's just. Do you see that?
Anyway, more positive. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, did you see those two that image with Valkyrie and Mighty Thor just sitting down and stuff like that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, people were,
Yeah, no, I saw MCU already. I was like, damn, you bastards.
Yeah. The movie where Obi-Wan was dumb not to believe that Dooku, the Silver Republic. The Jedi were kind of stupid in this movie, which is kind of the point. So, like, one of the scenes I hate is the beginning of the movie where it's like, I think Dooku is the one who killed me. Dooku was a former Jedi. It's not his character, but he's not Jedi anymore, so what would it matter? Like weird stuff like that. Or it's like they kind of introduced Dooku out of nowhere too. Would have been nice if we got more of an introduction to his character, but it is what it is. Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones are in the same boat for me. Run to the Sith and Rogue, one of the best Star Wars films in my opinion. Samir here saying Anakin, Padme's direction, acting, and writing ruined the movie, in my opinion. And that's fair. It doesn't work for a lot of people. I mean, the whole movie is meant to be a romance film. That's the whole point of it. So if that doesn't click for you, you're not going to like the movie. That's what the entire movie's built upon. Is that fair to say?
No, that isn't fair. It definitely is, a romantic-like film. Just, with obviously action as well, but it's like action sci-fi. But no, I get it. It's not in the majority of the movie, but it's definitely heavy when it comes to both of them falling in love and their interactions and all that stuff since they saw each other the first time all those years ago. But no, it makes sense that if you don't like that, then you're probably not gonna like the movie altogether, probably.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Prequels age better, and because of the Clone Wars, the newer ones have more jaded aspects. Yeah, that's fair. Attack of the Clones gave us the best sound effect in the franchise. Boba seismic charge. Oh yeah, that is a good sound effect. I agree. Jar Jar's the Sith Lord. No.
One day.
You can't talk about this era of stars without talking about the original Star Wars internet troll Super Shadow. Give it a Google. All right, hold on. Super Shadow Star Wars. What? This is weird. Okay. This is what this brought up. So there's this article from Thrillist. Oh my god. Okay. You ready to go down this rabbit hole, Eddie? I don't know where this is going to take us.
Sure.
Okay. Inside the Star Wars fake news con that tortured fans for 20 years. Oh, a fake news con? Sounds like Mikey Sutton.
Wow, RJ, how could you?
I know. It's January 31st, 1997. You just walked out of Star Wars, a special edition. The unadulterated joy coursing through your veins of seeing this classic blockbuster back on the big screen completely compromise all capacity for critical thought. The Force is with you just again. It's with everyone, and this euphoric moment is but the prelude to the not so far away glory of a brand new chapter said to arrive in 1999. It is the greatest time in history to be a Star Wars fan. Even better, this is the future, and you are one of 70 million people on the planet privileged with access to the World Wide Web. So you get that dial-up modem crooning in the key of 28.8 kbits, and within minutes they're scouring there for every scrap of Star Wars Episode 1 news. Hyperspace to 4 in the morning, been hunting out details for hours, and what you've gleaned from the prominent rumor aggregators. The Web 1.0 successors to Starlog, Fantastic Films, Sin, Fantastique, and the other 1980s fan mags. Don't let you start for more. That's when you discover a lone, confident voice cutting through the clueless din of fanboy speculation. He claims to own a copy of the episode One's treatment. He swears he has a direct line to George Lucas and apparently has clearance from Lucasfilms to post just anything he pleased on his tripod-hosted website, Dark Side Prequel Rumors. This guy knows everything. Is this Mikey Sutton?
Bro,
No, like, I'm not trying to make a joke. Like, is this really Mikey Sutton? Because it sounds like a Mike. Like, it sounds like the guy who would like get us to someone like a Mikey Sutton.
Man, you're gonna have to ask him, not me.
That's what I was saying. He was Mike Zero and Mikey Sutton decades before they came along. That's what this sounds like. Like, this is like the guy who gave birth to people like this.
I guess you can perceive it that way. I can kind of see where you're coming from, but it's like,
yeah. Hold on, GW messaged me a video. Maybe we can watch the Hello Garrido video too. Might be better than us reading an article. Well, GW, there's no link. You said here's the video, but there's no link. So just post the link. Send me the link. But his name was Super Shadow, and years later, it would be painfully apparent that he knew nothing. Oh, just like Mikey Sutton. Save for how to hoodwink Star Wars fans drunk on the promise of Episode 1. Not everyone would believe him, but enough people bought into the ruse to make Super Shadow the Phantom Menace of movie news webmasters. Oh, like Mikey Sutton, and Lucasfilm itself for a solid decade. Relentlessly inventive, Super Shadow told his readers precisely what they wanted to hear. Huh, that sounds familiar.
look,
He told
man.
them what they wanted to hear. That sounds really familiar. Huh. Wow. The more things change, the more they stay the same, huh?
RJ.
I am not going to make friends with this stream, but that's okay. We're here to have fun. I'm just saying, man, like, this is like really setting things up well for me. That's all I could say.
Yeah, I agree.
Jarbo, did you know that back in 1997, there was a Star Wars guy who reported news and he just told people what they wanted to hear?
Yes.
Named Super Shadow?
I remember something about that, hearing something about that, and yeah, I don't know who he is, but I heard something about that.
Yeah, we're gonna watch a video from Hello Greedo in a second, but real quick, because I know your time is limited. How do you feel about Attack of the Clones? It's the 20th anniversary. How do you reflect on this film?
So I saw it at midnight, back in 2002 with a bunch of my college buddies. And, we all waited for I think it was 7 hours to get to midnight, did the whole shebang. And it was a movie that when you see it in theaters for the first time, you're not looking at any of the flaws. You're looking at what you liked about the movie. Jango Fett, the battle for Geonosis, the clones. There's young Boba Fett. There's the Slave One and the sonic boom. There's Yoda with the lightsaber. And then you really kind of ride the highs from it. And then later on, you kind of, start looking at it from a negative. You're like, okay, this kind of was a little wonky. The dialogue here was kind of crap, yada, yada, yada. And then, it kind of languishes for a long period of time. For me, that wasn't until I watched a review of The Force Awakens that actually went back and assessed what Lucas was trying to do with Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith and make it more of a political thriller. And that he was actually trying to comment on things politically at the time. And I had never really understood that from the, because I was a kid watching these movies effectively, right? Like a young adult, and so I went back and I watched it again and I saw what he was going for. And I just kind of fell in love with it. I really like Attack of the Clones. It has its moments where you're like, oof, but it has far more greater moments than bad, and I'm really glad that it exists.
Okay, would you say it's the worst Star Wars movie?
No.
Where does it rank in terms of the films? Does it rank towards the bottom?
It does rank towards the bottom. For me, the bottom is The Last Jedi, and then The Phantom Menace, and then Attack of the Clones.
Oh, okay. So you prefer this one over The Phantom Menace?
Oh yeah. I have trouble.
That's interesting because a lot of people feel the opposite, where they prefer the Phantom Menace because of like the ending, Darth Maul.
Well, the ending is, dude. Listen, the ending on Phantom Menace. You got Duel of the Fates. I mean, there's no topping Duel of the Fates, like at all, right? Like that on its own would elevate the Phantom Menace into like the upper echelon of most lists if you were just looking at the impact of Duel of the Fates. Because again, I remember in 1999 when Total Request Live with Carson Daly premiered the music video for Duel of the Fates.
Yeah. Just for clarification, guys, he's saying that The Last Jedi is the worst one, not Attack of the Clones.
Yes, No. The Last Jedi is absolutely the worst Star Wars movie. And it's not the worst made Star Wars movie, but it's just in regards to how it overall impacts the canon, it impacts the storyline, the stupid decisions that it made. Canto Bight immediately drops it down.
I still think Rise of Skywalker is probably the worst, but
no, Rise of Skywalker, they swung, and it was a bit of a miss. But like,
they struck out. They didn't strike out. They swung for some stuff there. But like there was so much going into that movie, but we can discuss that on another day. Yeah. But back to Attack of the Clones, though. I mean, what works for you with the movie and what doesn't overall?
So what works for me is, like, for one, the mystery of who Count Dooku is, who is pulling the strings behind the scenes, who is trying to get the clone army built to go against the droids, who's trying to manufacture a conflict. What is Obi-Wan looking for? Who are the Camoeans? Like, what is that whole thing about? Can they be trusted? Obi-Wan's storyline in Attack of the Clones is legit awesome. It is a
it's a good mystery. It's a good political thriller in a lot of senses. What you put it, yeah.
Anakin and Padme, look, they're gonna smash. All right,
it's hard because the whole movie's built on the romance. That's what it's meant to be a romance as well.
It is, and that was the thing too. Is what was it? There was posters at the time when that came out that had said Jedi are forbidden from emotion, including love.
Yeah, I can find that. Hold on.
Yeah, it's one of those old posters where that was very much the impetus of what the story was going for. That was obviously the A plot. The B plot was Obi-Wan, but I think that was legitimately better. And then also here's the thing too is Hayden Christensen didn't pop for me as Anakin back in the day. I've grown to really like Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, this is the teaser poster. It's based on my wall, on the background, but it says a Jedi shall not know anger, nor hatred, nor love.
Exactly, right. Which I think is a very odd thing because the Jedi are kind of
that concept got introduced in this movie. That was the thing. Yeah, this was the movie that introduced the concept that Jedi can't love, which I'm kind of a dumb rule, but whatever. Get it. It's
a dumb rule that many of them kind of overlook, because in the Clone Wars show, we know that Obi-Wan loved Duchess Satine.
Well, he had feelings, but he never acted upon them.
Yeah. Oh no, but he had deep love, dude. He had deep love.
Oh no, it was deep affection, but he never acted upon it.
Yeah. And that was the whole thing. He should have done it, and then she got killed. So it's hey, stupid.
Also,
stupid
Degrassi, you're right. Yeah, we'll talk about this too. But Attack of the Clones was the first film to be shot digitally in its entirety.
Oh wow, yeah.
The first digital HD film.
It's a solid, again, man. Dude, that battle for Geonosis is still awesome. 20 years later.
Well, they finally let Mace Windu do something, which was nice.
Well, they didn't really have a reason for him to do anything in the first movie.
I know, but he didn't get to just be there and talk boring politics,
Yeah, but I don't know. I kind of grown to like that, whatever. But we did get to see Kit Fisto.
We did, Kit Fisto was the first appearance in this movie. I think this was also the first appearance of I think it was the first appearance of Plo Koon and Shakti and Aayla Secura. So most of the Jedi in this movie that we see at the Battle of Geonosis was our first time seeing them.
Yeah. So and that was pretty cool. Again, Yoda versus Count Dooku was definitely
Okay, I gotta ask you about that because fans are still divided on this to this day. Did you like Yoda using a lightsaber or no?
Yes.
Okay, yes. A lot of fans still hate that.
Dude, fans are dumb. I don't care. But
Yoda's so strong in the Force. Why would he need a lightsaber?
Because Dooku had a lightsaber and it's a movie and they're gonna be it's Yoda with the lightsaber, dude. And
I know people got really excited back then, but a lot of Star Wars fans thought it was dumb.
Star Wars, look, dude, you can never please Star Wars fans 100%. I'm one of them too at times, obviously with The Last Jedi. But then look, man, like they carried that theme forward to Yoda versus the Emperor.
Which that was good. That was much better choreographed.
Yeah, that was much better. But it was like 3 years later, and technology had advanced, man. Like if you could, I don't know if you could find it. I don't know if it exists. But in the summer after the release of the movie, because it was the same summer, the same month that Spider-Man came out. Right, it was the same month.
Yeah. Attack of the I think Spider-Man came out. When did Spider-Man come out?
Like 2 weeks before Attack of the Clones.
2 weeks before,
and still outshined Attack of the Clones for a Star Wars movie. But whatever. The thing with that though is there was an advert, a TV advert that they did where they were making. There was like starts off with the Spider-Man trailer. Talking about like the greatest hero, and like a camera pans around the back of Spider-Man's head, and then it's shadowed, but you can tell that it's Spider-Man, and then like as the camera like goes over the head, like it reveals that it's Yoda, and he's like pulling out the lightsaber.
Really, I gotta find that.
I saw Rick McCullum showed that to us at Comic-Con in July of 2002. It was, I believe,
Spider-Man came out May 3rd, 2002. Attack of the Clones came out May 16th. So
2 weeks later. So it's like they did. There was a lot. Like there's that trailer, which is really cool. I might be on the home video because I remember we went to the DVD release panel for Attack of the Clones, and it was there. So I mean, that's kind of the whole cool aspect of it is just that was a fun little bit that they did. I don't know. I kind of feel like, look, man, like it's not, people hate on that movie. I can't hate on the movie, dude. I can't hate on the movie. Like I like it. I remember this. There's apparently Nsync has a cameo in Attack of the Clones.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Nsync has a cameo somewhere in that movie. Like there's some like they're guards or there's aliens or something. Like at some point Nsync is there, and I remember reading about that and like getting all bitchy. And my boss just goes like, who cares? My angry boss was all like, we're all like, but Nsync in Star Wars, that's going to ruin it. And he goes like, who cares? You can't see them. You don't know where they are. I'm like, that's kind of a fair point. He's like, yeah. And then look, Daniel Craig popped up in The Force Awakens. Prince William and Prince Charles were stormtroopers in The Last Jedi. Like they've always done this where like they've had people show one up on set, put on a stormtrooper outfit and end up in the back of the movie somewhere. So it's cool. I would love that, man. Even like Kevin Smith has a voice cameo in The Force Awakens as a stormtrooper,
Wait, really?
Yeah. Do you know who voiced BB-8 in The Force Awakens?
No.
It was Bill Hader.
Really?
Yes. It wasn't robot noises. It was Bill Hader voiced BB-8 in The Force Awakens.
That's crazy.
Dude, there's like so much cool little Star Wars lore out there. Like, how can anyone hate Star Wars? I don't get it. I don't get it. It's still awesome. I'm actually wearing a Baby Yoda Mandalorian shirt today, in honor of the 20 years of Attack of the Clones.
What's up, Darkstar? Yes, the first Spider-Man 1 grossed over $800 million at the box office worldwide. Attack of the Clones grossed over $600 million worldwide.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. But, I mean, look, man, those movies do really well on home video. But I do got to dip. I got to go pick up an order from Dairy Queen. So I just wanted to pop in for a hot minute.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, thanks for stopping by and sharing your thoughts on the film.
All right, guys. I'll see you all later.
Peace. All right, Matt Charbo, everybody. Public Enemy #1 stopped by. We also have, I don't know, Caden, if you want to speak or you just want to hang out and chill. But welcome, Caden.
Hello, Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars.
Yeah.
As Bill Murray says.
So, what are your thoughts on Attack of the Clones, Caden, real quick, before we get to this Super Shadow video?
My take on Attack of the Clones is that I think at the first time watching it without Clone Wars, it was not good at all, like, whatever. But it still isn't good, but it's okay now watching Attack Clone Wars and then watching Attack of the Clones after. It got like not bad, like it increased a bit, not a lot, but just a little bit, where I'm like, okay, this is an okay movie. It's not terrible, it's okay.
Yeah.
So like I still have some problems with like some of the acting between Padme and Anakin. Like that's like, to me, I think like that writing between the two isn't the best.
Yeah. Well, Tony, you're asked, do you think Hayden Christensen is a good actor or the slob of wood people say he is?
I think
he's a decent actor.
I think with
I know people will say he's
Yeah.
horrible. I know people think he's a bad actor. I don't think he is.
He's not bad. I think it's just that he needs to understand his potential.
I think it's also a case of I think it's also a case of direction and sometimes
Direction, and also I
script.
think if the people he works with understands his potential,
I
then he
like
can understand
Jumper.
his
I
potential.
liked him in Jumper.
Yeah,
So did I.
yeah, he's good in that. But he needs people that helps him understand who he is.
I
Because
think
he's good,
Mm,
but he just needs to know that he's good.
right.
You know.
What were you gonna say, Eddie?
No, I think it was definitely the dialogue didn't do him any favors.
No.
Like, I'm just saying, George Lucas, maybe you shouldn't have that type of dialogue. I mean, it was the direction as well, because I guess that's what George Lucas wanted for the character to act that certain way. But it's like that, in my opinion, that was kind of like robotic acting. I guess it's just
Well, Anthony says Hayden is better than Sam Worthington.
Wait, okay. I can't exactly remember. Now looking back, now I'm mixing up to the Phantom Menace and the Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Now. Hayden showed up first in Attack of the Clones, correct?
Yes, he did. The actor that played Anakin was a little kid named Jake Lloyd.
Okay, because I got mixed up with the ending of Phantom Menace. I wasn't sure if the ending was like a flash. Sometimes, like, because those two movies to me sometimes meld together when thinking about it. Like, I have to really think about the Attack of the Clones to really be like. But if I don't think about Phantom Menace, sometimes I think even Hayden Christensen showed up at the end of that movie, even though he didn't at all. So I was just like, hold up.
Yeah, I heard about the Attack of the Clones script that it kind of was like. I know Carrie Fisher kind of wrote something. She maybe got a page through to the finished film. I would have loved for Carrie maybe to actually gotten more involved in that, because I think Carrie probably could have written some really great romantic dialogue. Actually, maybe helped. That would have been interesting.
It would.
But we're gonna take a look at this video from Hello Greedo. Thank you to Grossi, and especially thank you to TW McKay for recommending this. We're gonna dive into the character known as Super Shadow. Now, Caden, did you know that back in 1997 through 99, there existed
Mikey Sutton was a Star Wars scooper?
Well, no. Get this. It was a guy who like made shit up just to tell people what they wanted to hear.
So basically, Mikey Sutton for Star Wars.
Yes. Speaking about that,
and Doomcock.
What's up, nerds?
Hey, what's up, man? I thought you were heading to bed.
TW is here.
Oh yeah, no, I thought I was too. No, it wasn't that I was heading to bed. I had stuff to do, and I just finished up, so I was able to come on.
Oh, cool. I'm glad you could join us. Well, real quick.
I'm glad I could be here too.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna watch this video real quick, and then we'll get your thoughts. We'll discuss that video real quick, and then we'll get to your thoughts on the film. What's up, Tony? All right, let's check it out.
The original Star Wars internet troll, Super Shadow. Before YouTube, before social media, there was a man who went by the alias Super Shadow. Super Shadow got his start on Tripod, which was like a free web hosting service popular in the 90s. I even made a Tripod site in like 1995. It was called My First Name, Codes. And I would literally just copy video game cheat codes from books I had and put them on my website. It was a fun little learning experience for a kid who was barely 10 years old. But Super Shadow's Tripod website, titled Dark Side Prequel Rumors, exploded. Super Shadow claimed to have confidential Lucasfilm informants feeding him information. He claimed to have multiple inside sources at Lucasfilm, claimed to even be employed by ILM, and he claimed to be close personal friends with George Lucas.
This sounds really familiar. That's all I want to say.
Conducting exclusive multi-part interviews with the big man himself. Now, of course, all of this turned out to be nonsense, but from the mid-90s to 2014, Super Shadow stayed on message, posting daily, throwing a bunch of text on a screen non-stop for 20 years. It started out small scale, single sentences dating back to 1993, things like the prequels being codenamed Red Tails, or that the 3 prequel films will be shot back to back, or that Ben Kenobi is a clone, and that C-3PO contains the brain of a Jedi. December 30th, 1997. Just to set the record straight, the names
What?
Darth Maul and Darth Sidious that have been circulating the WWW for months are code names for the characters in the prequel. It is similar to the code name that George used for Return of the Jedi, Blue Harvest.
Okay, so
That's funny in hindsight.
seeing some of those, I'm going to try breaking a couple of those down. So first off, there was seeing, what was it, that Thrawn and Shizor the Black Sun.
Yeah,
from
they would be in
Legend,
episode
were going to be in
3.
episode 3. What was the one before that?
It said that Ben Kenobi was a clone.
Oh, it was something else.
And
I was
that
like, oh my
C-3PO inside his head
that
was the
just
brain of
so
a Jedi.
crazy. These are that one from '93 that apparently Spielberg had told Barbara Walters that he was going to be directing a Star Wars movie, and that's a whole other story we'll get into. But the thing about codename Red Tails, how crazy is that Lucas almost 15 years later, 25 years
Made a
later,
movie called Red Tails.
yeah, and 15 years later makes a movie about the Red Tails, about the Tuskegee Airmen. And that's a really interesting coincidence.
That's a good movie. I know people don't like that movie. I like that one.
I
like Red
haven't
Tails.
seen it.
It's a solid movie. I think it's decent.
Just gonna check that. I think yes. Rick McCallum was one of the co-producers, and there's a bunch of famous actors in that one. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
David Oyelowo, who would one day join the Star Wars family as Agent Callus, was in that movie.
Yep, David Oyelowo was in that, and a couple other big actors were in there too.
Oh yeah, Terrence Howard, Michael B. Jordan, Bryan Cranston.
I don't even remember Bryan Cranston being in that. That's cool. Lucas wanted to get Red Tails off the ground for years. So maybe you mentioned it in an interview somewhere. That's
most likely.
Lucas had been playing Red Tails for decades. The dream project is, that would make a lot of sense. Absolutely.
Yeah, and then of course the Blue Harvest, which Family Guy would use.
Family Guy, Blue Harvest. Yep.
Source: confidential Lucasfilm informant. This went on for years, beat by beat. Super Shadow even claimed to have an early rough draft of episode 1. It was titled The Ways of the Force. And when the actual title for episode 1 came out, he juked. When the movie came out and it was nothing like what he concocted, he juked again. Super Shadow even had fan mail. Thousands of readers would write into Super Shadow asking him questions, telling him what they thought would happen in the films, and he would respond with overwhelming confidence and even tell people that their ideas were so great that he would send them to George Lucas.
Again, this sounds so... Again, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Just take out comments and fan mail for Super Chats.
I want to know what he said for episode 1, The Ways of the Force.
Oh, I gotta go read that. There's definitely probably clearly he's got some.
Probably there somewhere. Yeah,
clearly Hello Greeter's got something. So it's probably like the Wayback Machine or something.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know this is kind of just a brief summary of stuff, but we can maybe look at that. That'd be a good good iceberg stream to like dive into rumors.
We got to do that again.
That would be yes, we do. That might be a great idea. We'll have to bookmark this for later. Absolutely.
In 1998, Super Shadow began publishing interviews with George Lucas.
Hey, what's up, Patrick?
These, of course, turned out to be fake. But out of all the outlandish things posted by Super Shadow, these interviews are kind of subdued. This went on for years, thousands of baseless guesses, thousands of quote-unquote leaks, thousands of hilariously false tidbits of information, multiple interviews with George Lucas, all while claiming to be being fed by those inside sources, the confidential Lucasfilm employees. When The Phantom Menace released, Super Shadow's mission was not finished. Despite everything he wrote being completely wrong and all of his claims being an obvious ruse, he pressed on. And a sizable group of readers in the thousands continued to gobble it up. Reliable spies inside Lucasfilm have relayed to us that Darth Sidious's new apprentice in episode 2 will be a warrior called Darth Rage.
That's funny because Darth Rage... That's hilarious.
Well, yeah, it was actually Lord Tyrannus, yeah.
Lord Tyrannus.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have stated before, Rage is a cybernetic character, which means Rage is half human and half machine. In 1999,
Well, that's funny because then we got
That's-
Grievous in episode 3.
And then also Maul in the Clone Wars years later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Samir's comment, Obi
That's
fighting a
hilarious.
giant spider droid. I'm like, oh my gosh, what was this? Obi-Wan Kenobi Lives? Is that what they're going to call that movie?
Right.
That's
yeah.
I hope people, that's a whole other
crazy. Like,
story
the thing-
for
Yeah,
another
the
That's
story.
crazy that, like,
Man lives.
everything that this guy says, like, although it's not pertaining to that exact thing or Star Wars sometimes, it's still somewhat comes like true.
But you can also see the broken
Yeah,
clock
you can
right
see
today.
that there's like
But you can also see the
there's-
seed sown for like what Mike
Yeah.
Zero will do and what Doomcock will do with a confidential Lucasfilm. You can see like
Again,
You can see
this
the, like,
guy.
the-
This guy
the
was one of the
holes.
original scoopers.
you can
It's
see the holes, but like
crazy.
you see the holes, but like in those holes there is like
It depends. Jordan.
Some,
Yeah, it
like-
depends.
there's like still some like flat surfaces,
Mm.
you know, that like oh, you're going on a ledge, but then after that ledge there's another flat surface that you land on, and it's like, because like the thing he says is like, oh, the Red Tails thing, that was a movie that George Lucas been wanting to do forever, and then the Darth Rage was half machine half human thing, even though Lord Rage turned out to be Tyrannus, and then you have General Grievous and Dooku and Maul, who are like the other apprentices, you know,
Yeah.
that are like, and you have Maul and
yeah,
General Grievous that are actual like half human, half machine
that's
type
cool.
things.
it's kind of funny. Almost the reverse happened for me. It's very funny. Where like
Yeah,
I'm kind of
that is
I'm-
true, Degrassi. We did know
I
how
know, yeah,
we knew how the prequels had to end, so
Yeah.
people would just like
sort
try and
of.
fill the gaps
I
around
mean,
there.
pretty much the only thing that we had to know was the Jedi are gone, Anakin becomes Vader, and that Luke and Leia were twins separated at birth, and
yeah, and their moms.
Obi-Wan and Yoda and went into hiding. And that's it. Everything else Lucas could kind of sow the seeds. But what was funny was I'm putting together like a Star Wars story of my own, and one of the
don't pass along
What-
the scoop, TW.
what? No,
Pass
I'm
along
Mike
this-
Zero. I'm Mike Zero. I make stuff up all the time.
Right,
No,
I forgot
what's
you are.
funny
Sarah.
is- What's funny is one of the working titles I was trying to put together for this thing was Trials of the Jedi, which is now the Phase 3, which is now the name for Phase 3 of the High Republic. And I'm like, damn it, that was a good one. I don't know what to call it now.
Yeah. All right, let's keep this video going.
Less than a month after the release of The Phantom Menace, Super Shadow claimed to have a leaked draft of Episode 2's
Crusaders of the
screenplay,
Force.
going on to say that it was obtained by his network of spies. And once again, none of it was true. Day after day, month after month, year after year, Super Shadow pressed on. At the end of 1999, Super Shadow left Tripod, the free website hosting service, and bought his own domain, supershadow.com. And then the crazy really started to ramp up. On Super Shadow's About page, he said that he was heralded by the fans as the most important, influential, and ingenious Star Wars expert in history, and that he completely revolutionized the way Star Wars movies are created, and that his website played a crucial and pivotal role in the development of the Star Wars prequel trilogy. Many fan ideas submitted to Super Shadow were integrated by George Lucas into the final scripts, even saying that Lucas has acknowledged many times in public that Super Shadow is the best thing to have ever happened to Star Wars. And to top it off, the photo he claimed was him was actually a photo of young Ray Park. Through all of that, Super
that's the
Shadow
icing on the
continued
cake
to
for
answer
me.
fan mail,
Yeah.
claimed to have spies inside of the Lucasfilm camp, and to be close friends with George Lucas. Super Shadow eventually introduced a paid section to his website, $8.50 for a 1-year subscription, $14 for 2 years, and $30 to read this nonsense for the rest of your life.
Oh
The
my
more
god.
things change, the more they stay the same, RJ.
This guy is literally the guy who gave birth to people like Mikey Sutton, Mike Zero, and Doomcock.
And I'm going to read the note that
the more things change, the more they stay the same, because this is literally this guy created the textbook of how to do this.
And what's so funny about this
Like
is the fact,
instead of like paying to read the
no kidding,
the website, put a Patreon.
Yeah.
Or
Your
YouTube
your
members.
Daniel RPKs, your all of them would do
Also,
something,
yeah.
something like that.
and also the full plot leaks. What's kind of funny was Mike Zero, one of the videos that put him on the map, was he had apparently gotten contacted by a guy who was working, or someone who was working in the lighting department for Lucasfilm on the production of The Last Jedi. This is before the Johnson stuff. He put out a video detailing the entire plot of Episode 8. He was wrong within the first 3 points.
What was so
I mean,
wrong?
right from Luke, right from pretty much the first thing I think was like, because it's been a while since I've seen the video. The first point was pretty much, I'm not joking, was Luke or Rey handing Luke the lightsaber, and then he was wrong after that. And like, there's a couple of points I'll have to go back and rewatch, and I'll find the video and send it to you. It's hilarious.
Absolutely, I'd love to see that.
When the prequel films were all but released, Super Shadow shifted focus. The well had dried up. He needed a new avenue. He then claimed that episodes 7 through 9 were being made by George Lucas. This was about 6-7 years before any rumblings of Disney acquiring the franchise and making more Star Wars movies. Super Shadow wrote stories for all the fictional episodes, once again claiming them to be legitimate. Because hey, he's best buddies with George Lucas. One of the best things about supershadow.com was the exclusive, hey, you can write to George Lucas and he'll answer you section of the website. There are pages and pages and pages of people sending messages to George Lucas, only for Super Shadow to respond as George Lucas. George Lucas even says, Super Shadow is the best and closest friend in my life. I'm willing to do whatever he says. After the unparalleled success of the Star Wars prequel trilogy, I don't think any of us can doubt the incredible creative talent of Shadow. In 2006, inside of the magazine Star Wars Insider issue 90, Pablo Hidalgo was asked in an interview, quote, is there any truth to the George Lucas interviews concerning episodes 7 through 9 at supershadow.com? Pablo went on to answer the question, quote, not one bit. I've often cautioned about the validity of Star Wars information found on the internet, and here's a perfect example of why. The site and the person who runs it have absolutely no relationship with Lucasfilm or George Lucas. The person who runs it has never met nor talked to George Lucas. So-called information, scoops, and interviews on the site are complete fabrications. Lucasfilm has taken action against the site several times when it has attempted to solicit fans' money under false pretenses. Close quote. Super Shadow goes down as one.
I have this is a funny thing, a really funny coincidence. Talk about scoops. And oh my gosh, but the fact of pretty much one of the most official sources, it was Star Wars Insider magazine, literally a guy working at Lucasfilm.
Well, literally the guy who works at Lucasfilm says this guy
Hidalgo, who's been like the mouthpiece for the company for a decade. Mm-hmm. And what's funny is how fitting I'm watching baseball, because man, this guy loved to strike out.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my gosh, and what's rather funny is actually the Blue Jays actually struck a guy out, so that worked really well.
I said it so many times, but the more things change, the more they stay the same.
So funny. That's why I had to show you this. That's why I had to show you this.
I'm glad you and Degrassi are talking about this with me, because this is so fascinating, because I had no idea this even existed. Degrassi, you're saying, I was a mod on a wildly popular comic book writer, filmmakers forum back in the day. I've been combating this BS for 20 years. It's all the same. Only the names have changed. You're absolutely right. Again, it's so funny, the mirrors to our modern day movie culture. Like this is really fascinating stuff. Like I said, I'm going to have to do more research on this after this video, like maybe do an entire stream about this, because it's so fascinating to me. It really, really is. But let's continue the video.
One of, if not the first, Star Wars internet trolls. In the sea of modern misinformation, fake Star Wars leaks, and the monetization of baseless rumors, Super Shadow may seem kind of quaint by today's standards. But a lot of people bought into the nonsense, just as a lot of people buy into the nonsense today. It's important to always have your bullshit detector charged up, because there are a lot of Super Shadows still out there posting a bunch of baseless nonsense, flooding the discourse with bunk, claiming to have inside sources, claiming to be privy to leaks, and making stuff up at a rate that rivals Super Shadow. Super Shadow's real name was eventually discovered, but his website died in 2014 and is no longer available. He hasn't made a peep since then. He's never acknowledged any of this. Thousands of rumors, thousands of leaks, all proving to be completely baseless. A friendship with George Lucas that turned out to not exist. Lucasfilm spies and informants that were never real. I'd like to think that this was some hilarious Andy Kaufman routine. A way to get a laugh while messing with people. That's how I almost have to look at it. It is funny. It's hilarious if you look at it through that lens. Because the alternative explanation is kind of sad. The alternative explanation is that someone out there who went by the name Super Shadow posted online for 20 years pretending to be someone he was not, all while living in a fantasy world that he constructed in his mind. I really hope it was all a joke.
And also consider the worst part about it is the fact that at the end, bilking people for money. That's the problem. If it's just...
Well,
it's one thing if it's the stuff online. It's one thing if it's stuff online, but once you start taking people's money and telling people lies and masquerading it as the truth, that's something else entirely.
No, I agree. It's one thing when you're posting silly little rumors on the internet. It's another thing to manipulate people's emotions and milk them for money.
Yep.
Very eerily similar to a lot of what we're seeing right now. And again, it's important we learn our history so we don't bear the same mistakes as our internet ancestors did. Jarba here saying, remember when Doomcock said that Lucasfilm was read the comment section? Yeah, very similar.
Maybe
no, that's Hello Greedo, Lewis. He's a good guy. Hello Greedo's cool.
Yeah, I think.
But Kate, you got any thoughts on this whole thing?
Doomcock definitely follows in this guy's footsteps.
A lot, yeah. There's a lot of similarities, actually.
Not saying that this guy is that guy anymore, but I'm just like,
no.
Who knows anymore? I mean, clearly, Doomcock isn't, Super Shadow, but I mean, that's just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's really, really interesting, and it's going to be fascinating to see where things kind of go from here.
If that was like the first quote unquote scooper, that's sad.
And I don't think that's a scooper, because here's the thing,
I mean,
scoopers
that's why I did quote unquote. That's why I did quote unquote.
Because scoopers. Really... Here's the thing: if it's one thing if you have connections, because clearly, obviously, guys like Mikey said, do like to tell people what they want to hear in some cases, but at least he does honestly have, some connections in the industry, as do other scoopers. But when you're getting into straight up long-term falsehoods, intentional falsehoods, and in this, at the end of it, for the purpose of making money, that's the problem. What?
True.
No, I'm just reading something. RJ put on.
There's some really interesting things happening in the world of professional wrestling that maybe we'll have to cover another time, but really crazy stuff. But kind of to get back on topic for a moment, I figured, well, actually, TW, since you're here, I would love your thoughts on Attack of the Clones and how this film holds up for you. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Where does it rank in terms of your Star Wars films?
It is my least favorite Star Wars movie. I rank, actually, to kind of tie into the discussion about the sequels earlier, I actually rank all 3 sequels above Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. One of the sequels is in my top 5 in the Skywalker saga, that being Force Awakens. But to speak specifically to Attack of the Clones, I respect a lot of what George was trying to do with the technology. He clearly... This was an example, especially if you watch Attack of the Clones. This was a movie where the volume, stagecraft was built for a movie like Attack of the Clones. if you look at the way Camino's built and the way that, the kind of the pastoral stuff in Naboo and these giant, scapes, like mountainscapes on Geonosis and whatnot, there are moments built into this technology-wise just built for that. And then on top of that, Lucas had been trying to comment on, on modern American politics using this trilogy. Go right back to the Phantom Menace, was where you have a couple of the members of the Trade Federation are directly named after or inspired by famous Republican politicians. And I'm not saying that to be funny. Like for example, the Viceroy of the Trade Federation, Newt Gunray, is a reference to both the then Senator of the then Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich, and Gunray is a spoonerism of the word ray gun, which is a reference to former U.S. President Ronald Reagan. And Lott Dodd, who was the senatorial rep for the Trade Federation, was named after Republican Representative Trent Lott, who was trying to lead the '94 Republican Revolution that they tried to instill in American politics before the arrival of the Clinton administration. So he's been doing this for a while. And then you look at the last two. You look at Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith. They are direct comments on how fascists get into power, and also Revenge of the Sith later on is a direct comment on the Iraq War. Is very much from what he's said himself. And,
well, yeah, I mean, there was that very viral clip that kind of surfaced on the internet talking about where Lucas and James Cameron talked to each other, and they talked about the influences of the Vietnam War on the original trilogy.
Yep.
So
and like what was it? Lucas had said for not just the Vietnam War, but also one of the interesting things is to read the original novelization and to read that basically it's really funny to read about how the Emperor came into being. But I love there's
actually,
a lot of
I'm
things.
glad you brought that up real quick, because there is an interview here from the person who wrote the original novelization of Attack of the Clones. Actually,
yes, of course.
Yeah, from
I can't believe this blew my mind when I found that blew my mind when I found out that R.A. Salvatore. For those who are familiar with tie-in fiction to Dungeons and Dragons, R.A. Salvatore name you will know very well. And also for those who played Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning and the remaster, he wrote the story for which Todd McFarlane created the character designs.
Yeah, well, he likes to be called Bob. So Bob Salvatore, he was known for his popular character Dritz in the Forgotten Realm series.
He created Dritz Stewart.
Yeah, which obviously it's a very popular character, obviously. He wrote two Star Wars novels, including the adaptation of Attack of the Clones, and he also wrote The New Jedi Order.
Wrote that one, the Vector Prime. Yep.
Yep.
I read this as a kid. It's been a long time since I've read it. It's a really interesting set of novels.
Yeah, and we talked about a little bit about the Attack of the Clones. Have you read the Attack of the Clones novelization at all?
Funny enough, it's one of the ones I haven't, because I think the only one I've read. I think I've read about half of New Hope. I've read bits and pieces of the sequel novelizations, but I've not touched.
Oh wow! I forgot. The New Jedi Order Vector Prime. This was the book that killed off Chewbacca.
Was it Vector Prime? I thought it was the one before that.
No. He says here, I hadn't really followed the books at that point. Star Wars author Mike Stackpole was a good friend of mine, helped me find my way. We're on a short timeline. It wasn't until after I turned in the first outline that they told me I would have to kill Chewbacca in the story. So
that's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, and they talks about this a little bit.
That's a whole other discussion, which I can have on another day about Legends and its connection to canonicity. That's a whole other, iceberg the size of like Manhattan.
Yeah. But he says here, in the wake of Vector Prime's release, you would have been asked to do the novelization for episode 2. Yes, they asked me, but my first response was actually no. There had been huge controversy with Vector Prime and Chewbacca. Shortly after that, my brother had passed away. It was a very tough time. I do want to say that the Star Wars fans are great, and even the ones who weren't happy about Chewbacca, I understood why. So I took a pass on episode 2, but then my friend Terry Brooks called me, and he written the novelization of The Phantom Menace. He said, "Are you crazy? You get to work with George Lucas." He helped me get out of my dark place and told me that this was something I wanted to do. That's right.
Yes.
He worked
I
directly
did.
with George Lucas.
Yeah, and
So
I'll
he said,
correct
most of my
myself.
work was with Sue Rustoni, Lucy R.D. Johnson, and Howard Roppen and the Lucasfilm team. It was Election Day 2000 when I went up to Skywalker Ranch for the first time. They gave me the script of the movie, and I went back to the hotel. That night I was reading. Every time I looked up at that TV screen, we had a different president as I went back and forth. It was a surreal night. The next day I was scheduled for a 45-minute interview with George. We met in his office, and right at the 45-minute mark, his assistant came in and said someone's on the phone, but he waved them away, and 3 hours later we were still talking. He took me downstairs to look at a few scenes in progress. And he goes on to talk about his experience with George and stuff, but this is really cool. It's really cool to kind of like see
I'm gonna go
how, this is definitely something that we definitely want to read more of, kind of. It's kind of like he talks about like the balancing the dark and the light side, about the Owens and the Lars, and kind of like trying to get the romance down. That's a really, really cool interview, and again, it's interesting to see the kind of process behind one of the big aspects of the creation of that film.
Yes. And an interesting side note real quick. Terry Brooks, that name might sound familiar to people. Terry Brooks was the guy that created the Shannara Chronicles, those novels.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
So they've had some pretty notable guys doing the novelizations and doing Star Wars novels, period.
Yeah. And one of the other big aspects of this film also too is the costume design, which I think is actually probably some of the best costume design of the whole series. And that was done by let me pull up the article here. That was done by Trisha Bigger. And they kind of like go through some of the things here. You see kind of like the concept designs, like when a Padme's like wedding dress and Jango Fett. Kind of see the different armor designs, how it would have been colored. But yeah, I mean, again, costume design is such a big part of the prequels. And I think that, especially when it came to Padme's outfits in the film, there were just so many. There were so many.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she designed the younglings' costumes, Jango Fett's armor, all this stuff. I mean, the Tusken Raider outfits, too, for like a prequel Tusken Raiders thing. I mean, some really cool stuff there, especially. And I mean, Padme's outfits in the prequels were always iconic. The Disney's upfront event is tomorrow. I'm not anticipating much being announced, but there could be a couple interesting things. What Degrassi is saying, many elements of Shadow of the Empire are about to become canon. Well, just answer this, Degrassi. Is Kyle Katarn coming? I know it's not really...
Well, no, Kyle Katarn wasn't part of Shadows of the Empire. Shadows of the Empire would have been...
I know, but...
Geez, Dash Rendar?
Yeah, it was Dash Rendar, but still, I want more than just Dash. I want freaking
Kyle Katarn would be interesting. I'm trying to think of how.
I think Kyle Katarn being like one of the Jedis that Luke meets or something that he trains. You know, they can be like friends. You know.
Well, also consider you'd have to kind of potentially change his history ever so slightly, considering. Morgan Katarn, his father, was I think a Jedi as well, as far as I know. I could be wrong. Because I'm thinking of I'm thinking of one of my favorite.
I hope you're doing well. But also too, there was this interview here too with how did you guys feel about CGI Yoda?
I was at the time, especially
this is the first time they did CGI for him.
Yeah, especially at the time, I was kind of miffed. You know, I mean, obviously, mind you, I was only 8 when this movie came out. But as someone, you know, I was even then. The one, for a bit of context, I grew up watching the special editions. And what was great about the special editions was on VHS.
Really? You met Rob Coleman? That's cool, man.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, so I had read I had watched the special edition VHSs growing up, and they had. How's it going, Chris?
Ran a little late on the James Bond tier list, but I wasn't going to miss.
Yeah, you are an hour and 10 minutes.
You knew I had to do. You knew I had to do 10-4.
Oh, I know.
But I wasn't going to miss this. No way. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, he's on his way too. He'll be over here in just a second.
Oh, awesome, cool. Well, you guys are here. We're kind of getting into a discussion. We're reading some of the articles from StarWars.com. Well, while you're here, Chris, before everyone else starts popping in, I mean, it's the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones. I know you rewatched the film. I mean, looking back at it, how do you feel about it? Do you like it? Do you not like it?
There are things that when I first saw this movie, I didn't like it. And then the more I watched it, every time I watched it, the more I appreciated it. And then I started to realize little things like this was the first movie to ever give us a bunch of Jedi fighting together. The Camino scenes were great. Jango Fett was great. The ending of this movie literally gets you pumped up for Revenge of the Sith because all those giant trooper ships landing, it just feels like war. At the end of this movie, it just feels like they're going to war, you know.
And I love
Padme looked amazing, you know. The only thing I didn't like was 3PO. That slapsticky shit with putting the head on the wrong. I hated that shit. Putting the head on the wrong robot. It just bothers me. It takes me out of the movie, but I love this movie. I do. I love this movie. There was a time when I would have told you I don't like this movie, but I love this movie.
Yeah, I was the same way. One thing that's crazy about, like, you're talking getting hyped for Revenge of the Sith, a great moment that clicks in my brain is when the clones are getting ready to mobilize at the end of the movie after the Battle of Geonosis. What's playing as they're leaving? The Imperial March.
The Imperial March. That's why it feels like war, TW. I love the end of this
so
movie.
Great. And then
you
on top of that,
and then what's the first word in the crawl of the next movie?
War.
Big capital letters, bro. Dude, it ties in so well when you can watch them back to back. It just really does, man. I love this movie. I have so much. The fight with Count Dooku, it's so good. I love this movie, man.
Well, hello, DL. Welcome to the panel.
Hello.
Welcome. It is the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones. And again, I will ask you the same question. Looking back on this movie, what do you think about it, and where does it rank for you in terms of the Star Wars films? And it's okay to be negative, because some of us don't like the movie.
Oh, you didn't ask me where it ranks. That's a hard one, Dial. I don't know. I'm gonna let Dial think. I'm gonna think on this one because I do love this movie, but there are so many above it.
Yeah.
It's a hard one, man.
Yeah, I am not the biggest fan of this. I don't like it.
For a lot of people, this is the worst Star Wars movie. Would you agree with that?
Do I think it's the worst? I mean, as far as the numerical films, yes. There's a lot of interesting concepts in this movie, and there's some nice moments, but I could not get over how bad the dialogue is and how convoluted the story is. The romance with Anakin and Padme is some of the worst, one of the worst love stories I've ever seen. I
love that she's in that sexy black dominatrix actress.
Oh yeah.
But she's literally like, "Oh, we can't do this. This is wrong." Do you have any idea what an
outfit like that? Oh, where's Dawson when you need him? Oh my god!
Do you know what an outfit like that would do to a young man at that age who was a virgin? Come on, man.
Like, dude, why is she changing her outfit? I mean, this is the problem with all three of the prequels. Why does she keep changing her outfit every scene, and why does her outfits keep getting more and more revealing? It's like
George
it's
Lucas
ridiculous.
Is very, very into wardrobe, and he wanted to hire this is a true story. He wanted to hire as many wardrobe people as he could to get their names out there. That's why even the funeral scene in Revenge of the Sith, that dress alone cost like $55,000, and it was in the movie for like 2 seconds.
You know what I love about that? And the one God, I just thought about that scene was what Padme's holding, what they have her buried with, is the little trinket that Anakin gave her in the Phantom Menace on the ship.
Phantom Menace, yep.
Oh, it's just,
little things like that, little nuances like that, are what make me love these prequels. When I used to really not like, I still got to power through Phantom Menace. I won't lie, even though Darth Maul's my favorite character ever. I got to power through it.
Hold on, Charbo saying Padme was edging him hard.
Yeah, she was. She was, Maddie. She was, bro.
So edging him.
Like she had the sexy glove things that you wear, that girls wear, like lingerie. It's crazy, dude. Like she was really like, oh, we can't do this. It's wrong.
My back is exposed. Like,
meanwhile, this guy's chapping his fucking dick.
My breasts are literally coming out of my
dress. Have you ever seen Chris, have you ever seen a theatrical production of Rock of Ages? Like, you ever like Rock of Ages? Ever seen that movie?
That's the one where, dude, that's a great musical. That's one of my favorite musicals.
Yeah. I think what's so funny is like when I'm forgetting the character's name. Tom Cruise plays him in the movie, but it's so funny when you see him. in like scenes in the musical, right? He's with a girl. He's like, I don't know if we should. I'm just so confused. Rips his shirt off. I don't know what to do. Rips her shirt off.
Padme. That's Padme.
That's
There was some cheesy shit in this movie, Diao. You're right. There's some scenes that are unforgivable, and the dialogue was very like, come on, I truly love you, madly,
Truly,
deep.
deep.
All right,
Love you.
after that, I kind of wanted that monster to eat her.
I'm gonna give you a fun moment, which is really funny. You know the moment when
Can I?
Axel, you're breaking up, by the way.
Yeah, both of them are. I couldn't hear what TW was saying either. Somebody's gonna give me a moment.
Okay. Can I just say that I don't think Anakin really knows how to talk to girls. Like, I mean, he's a Jedi.
Of course he didn't. He didn't know shit about women.
He knows nothing.
Yeah.
This was the first girl he ever saw, and he thought she was an angel. Then he spent his life like literally pining over her. We haven't seen each other in 10 years. You know, he gave her the look. Another scene I don't like, that really crazy mouth breather face. I don't want to say the other word, the R word. He gave her the R face, like
sorry, my lady.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But I still love this movie, man. I still love this movie. I really do.
You know the scene in the tunnel? You know the scene in the tunnel before they get pinned to the posts in Geonosis? Where like, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. The hell? You know what's funny about that shot is literally at one point they had done so many takes of that day that Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman turned to each other. Why don't we do this next take like we've never acted before in our lives? And they both kind of chuckled at each other. That's brilliant, right? They do the take, and that is the take that George uses in Attack of the Clones. I'm not joking.
I know. It's so weird.
You can find like an interview where I think it was Hayden Christensen had mentioned that, and I'm like, this is absolutely insane that. But it also had some great moments. You know, it had like that moment, we were trying to save you, Master.
Yeah, well, and
good
the
job.
little homages they paid that you have to be a Star Wars fan to recognize, like when they tore Padme's shirt and showed her midriff, and the outfit she was wearing was very Leia. You know, it was very Leia. Like you knew this was Leia's mom in that moment.
I always thought that was so funny though. Like they literally wanted a reason. Yeah. No, I was gonna say it's like they literally were looking for an excuse to show Natalie Portman's midriff too.
Right?
Yeah,
and they didn't
waiting for
it.
What else was
they
there?
Really didn't need one. That
but there
girl's
was
a natural
cool
beauty.
There was cool shots.
You know what always gets me is like when Padme lands on that creature, like when and like to like ride with Anakin.
Yeah, there was like a praying mantis, some weird rhinoceros thing, and a pissed off cat.
Yeah, and like she like lands. So
yeah,
but you got to remember, George Lucas still, when he makes these movies, he's thinking merchandising, toys, and children. So he's got to throw some of that stuff in there, you know.
I understand that, but there could be a good story behind that as well.
You didn't like the story?
No, I did not like the story.
Master Cypher Diaz.
There was some good.
Who he was?
Like I said, there's a lot of good ideas, but it is not stitched together well. That is the problem.
The story of Cypher
Diaz,
the
arena scene, Diaz.
Okay, here's my problem. You're about to get me geeky right now. So.
That's my favorite part of the movie.
That whole Jedi battle, right? I'm sure that's what everybody's talking about, right? The Jedi battle.
Yeah, the first time you ever see the Jedi's fight together.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to retread it, but it's like, why does it look like all the Jedi are just waving around their swords like they're deer in headlights?
They're blocking lasers.
There are no technique. Where's the technique? Where is it? Everyone looks like they fight the exact same. Why?
They're blocking laser bolts, and they all fight the exact same way because they're all trained the exact same way.
Oh, but then we watch the Clone Wars, and each of the Jedi have their own specific fighting style and all this stuff. I know that's really nerdy shit, and people wouldn't really care about that, but it just was so generic.
Right. Yeah, Revenge. No, he's right. Revenge of the Sith. They actually did all have their own style.
I'm gonna play something, so hopefully you don't get in trouble, Max. If you yell at me later, I'm sorry, but I have to show this. That's Padme the whole movie.
Shout out, by the way, in that shot, shout out to Zac Efron, because Zac Efron on Robot Chicken is the regular voice of Anakin Skywalker.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's so funny. He's the guy that's totally like, that's the Zac Efron's trying to make Wizard happen, like that version of Anakin Skywalker. But that scene, oh my gosh, I howl when I see that. Like. But
Did y'all
I
talk
think
about
that
the Yoda with his lightsaber?
You
I was
like
gonna
Yoda
bring. I
snapping
was gonna.
out?
Well, I asked Matt about that when he was here, but I want to ask you guys this: what did you guys think about Yoda using a lightsaber at the end of the film?
I thought it was that's one of the best scenes ever. You get to see
I
Yoda
loved it.
snap out. Like he's no joke. Even a little Jedi like him can possess that kind of lightsaber ability.
So I'm of two minds about it because on the one hand, like I'm with him that like it was really cool to see Yoda in a physical confrontation like that, you know, with a yellow lightsaber. That was the crowd cheering moment I remember when I saw that in the theater. But at the same time, I'm like, what does he need the cane for? Why is he walking so slow if he's able to do that? And then he's jumping around. He's jumping around on the walls in the corners. I'm like, wait, you could do this the whole time? Like, what do you need the cane
Not
for?
the whole time. He had to harness the Force to fight like that. You know.
I heard that excuse all the time. Like
That's the only thing I could think of. I don't know if it's an excuse. It's just the only thing I could think of.
It's like that scene in.
He's 900 years old.
It's like that scene in Bad Teacher, right? It's the only argument I have. It's the only argument I need.
So yeah, on the one hand it's cool, but at the same time, like this kind of like questions how Yoda is, you know, as a Force user and as like someone that actually fights. You know, it's like it's just so strange, it's jarring. I don't know, for him to just jump around like that. It's okay for him to pull out a lightsaber, but just like
very
jump around like that, like wow.
Very
and I loved it in this. I loved it in this movie. You start to see Anakin, that anger build. You start to like not just the shit with the sand people or him back talking Obi, but just even when he looked at Count Dooku and he said, "You're gonna pay for all the Jedi you killed today." It was pure anger before he went into that lightsaber battle and he got messed up. Like Dooku just was like, "You ain't shit. You're still a kid."
Yeah, and we just saw Yoda's lightsaber appear in the Book of Boba Fett too.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, I thought his lightsaber was destroyed in like the comics. So like,
No, they retconned that. It's no longer canon.
oh, okay, good.
They just retconned it to show that it wasn't actually Yoda's lightsaber.
Oh, okay.
Like, I heard a lot of people.
It was cool seeing Anakin with a green lightsaber. Like,
Yeah, I like
that was
how
excellent.
He held his lightsaber, how he held Luke's new lightsaber in.
Yeah, like as much as people hate the sequel trilogy and they really don't like Rise of Skywalker, I think me and Diallo are the only ones. It was fucking rad as hell to see Kylo with a blue lightsaber. I loved it.
Yeah,
it's where, you know, I don't like how he got it. I didn't like that teleportation shit. But I loved watching him.
What? You didn't like that teleportation?
Yeah,
shit?
but
cool.
I love how he just went ham with that blue lightsaber, and you're just looking at him and you're going, "Wow, this is what could have been." And I'm sure that's what they meant in the movie. That's why they gave him the blue lightsaber, and he didn't keep the red one. He threw the red one away. I think they had always planned to give him the blue lightsaber. So seeing Anakin with a green one, knowing that was the last time you were going to see him with a green lightsaber, like
I remember in The Last Jedi. Kylo had a blue lightsaber before he turned to the dark side. So,
oh yeah, right before when he pulled the temple down. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. It was like, Ben, I'm gonna kill you in your sleep. You had a bad dream. That's not good enough.
And I love the clone troopers, man. I liked how they. I don't know,
dude.
I
the clones meant business in this movie. That's the one thing I really liked.
Well, one of the things I wanted to say though, really quick, is I feel like this movie was kind of made better a little bit because of Clone Wars. Because I do agree with Degrassi. A lot of the threads that were put down in this movie were never picked up in Revenge of the Sith. Like you saw the beginning of the war and the very end of the war.
Yeah, but
you had to have
I think they did that on purpose, RJ. For Clone Wars.
I think the Clone Wars did make us feel like more sad to see the Jedi die, because if the Clone Wars wasn't a thing, like this show wasn't a thing, and we saw a Jedi die in the next movie, like, oh, who the fuck's this blue chick? Or,
I get emotional. In season 7, guys, I get emotional at the end when they show how all the Clone Wars died, and when Ahsoka buries them, she spends the time there on that no dialogue whatsoever, but she puts the helmet on all their graves, and then she leaves with I always forget his name. Oh my god, Rex. She leaves with Rex, and then Darth Vader comes, and he doesn't say one word. He just looks down at the graves. He knows she did it. He sees that one lightsaber of hers. He looks up and sees that owl, and it ends. No dialogue for 6 minutes.
Yeah,
and I actually felt bad for the clone troopers, because when they came in that arena scene, they weren't messing around, man. They were straight soldier mode. The clones are dope, man.
Marcus, I hate to break the news, but the Clone Wars is done. Like,
Yeah.
there's no lost 40 episodes. You want
There is lost 40 episodes. I've seen it online. They need to make that. Actually, that should have been because they only gave us 12 episodes. Like that was.
I know, but
Right.
listen, they got to wrap up the show, and now we got the Bad Batch. So
Yeah, I really love the Bad Batch. I'm
having
fun with
binge
it.
watch that
You're-
show
yeah.
again, and
we're getting the panel for season 2 at Celebration, so we're going to find out more about that and when it comes out.
Yeah, what was that
Excited
weird
for
ending?
What's the
that-
cost gonna be? It's just gonna be
Didn't
the
they go
Deep Bradley
someplace
Baker
that?
time.
Didn't they go someplace actually that ties into like the Sith at the end of the
Oh
season?
yeah,
Right?
Oh,
So that
Well,
already
yeah.
seems cool to me, man. The way Bad Batch ended. So yeah,
Well,
I'm
we-
in, man.
Spoiler alert for the end of season 1. Where they go to is they go to the planet Wayland, and specifically where they go to is Mount Tantus, which
Yeah, Mount
in
Tantus.
Legends, in Heir to the Empire, was the old abandoned cloning facility that Thrawn goes to find. So that's a whole other thing, which I say is probably not going to do too much for the sequel or not for this, but it'll probably do something for the sequels though.
Yeah.
RJ, did you like the Camino stuff, like and the Master Cypherdia stuff?
I
and-
did. Yeah, I talked about that a little bit. I like that stuff. I think the Obi-Wan plot line is really interesting because he's like trying to solve a mystery. It's like a
Yeah,
Jedi
no, he gets hit by like
mystery.
8 missiles and karate kicks in midair like Liu Kang, but other than that, you know what I mean? It's a great scene, him and Boba Fett going at it.
Yeah.
The mystery behind
Django.
Master Cypher getting to know the younglings a little bit. Lost a planet, Master Obi-Wan.
I
has.
do think it was kind of a like that's like one of the things that things kind of dumb. It's like Obi-Wan has to go to like the younglings to like and like he goes to Yoda, I know, but it's like things like someone wiped it off the records. Like, how do you know that, little boy?
Yeah, but
Yeah, how
but
do
I
you
think-
know that?
I
Unless
think
if it
they
was
put the
you,
younglings
yeah.
in episode 2 just so we would feel it when they died in episode 3. Because Anakin's
But
march.
it's not the same kids though.
It's not the same kid.
Why wouldn't it be? He wasn't that much older.
It was
It could be
it's
some of the
5
same
years.
kids.
It's 5 years later. They'd all be like at least
No,
like
it's
10.
3 years later.
3 years.
Oh,
3
it's 3.
years.
I thought it was 5.
Fake fan.
No, it's 3.
And I don't care what anyone says. Anakin's march when he's got when he's got the 501st behind him.
Yo,
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, I
dun,
wish
dun,
we
dun,
saw
dun.
that. I wish we saw him.
Going up the steps. That's some creepy shit, man.
That's
Yeah.
fucking. He's like that's CEO of sex level.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
one of my favorite scenes in Star Wars ever is Anakin's march.
Hey,
you know?
don't disrespect Ned Leeds.
Yeah, Ned
Oh.
Leeds,
Yeah.
CEO of 6.
Yes, it's unfortunate that the release of Sex 2 had to be pushed back due to this the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll
That-
see it.
Yeah.
And apparently
Also,
they're adding
you know what,
women to that. I think that's good. People are saying that's too woke, but like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was
I'm
gonna
to
say
the point now that I don't even care about woke. If you give me a good story, I don't give a shit how many politics you throw into it. Just give me a good fucking story. That's all I care about anymore. I'm so sick of arguing with people about it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. Let it be woke. I don't care.
Yeah, I like this too, H. Barts. Actually, it's a good point that you made. Dooku never lied about Darth Sidious. He was telling the truth. Darth Sidious was in control of the Senate.
That is
That
true.
is true.
That is true.
Here's like what I
Yeah,
gotta
but he
ask
was
you, though.
manipulating. He was manipulating. He was lying to Obi-Wan when he's caught up in those things. He never really lied, but he
It's
did. But he
funny
was still lying
how-
when he said, "Oh, I'm not part of that. I'm going to get
Right,
down to the
it's-
bottom of this right away."
Well, he put up a
It's
front.
funny how-
Dooku was just like a separatist sympathizer
Right.
who led
But
the
no,
separatists. They didn't
it's-
know he worked with Darth
You guys
Sidious.
really how funny it's that that the master was told by his master's master about his apprentice's downfall and how there's a bad guy leading the Senate, and then with Ahsoka, her adversary Maul was telling Ahsoka about her master's downfall as well. So Dooku and Maul were warning both Obi-Wan and Ahsoka about something that was about to happen. That they were just so that Ahsoka kind of knew something was up, but she was like, "Nah, that's not Anakin." And then like,
But she didn't want to believe it. She was in denial.
Yeah.
man.
yeah,
You know?
she was a child. She was clouded by her emotions for Anakin, while Obi-Wan was just
damage.
I do that every day, Axel. I do that every day.
Emotional
Emotional damage. It doesn't matter what.
Well, think about it. It took her 15 years to actually see and realize with her
Yeah.
own eyes the that Vader was Anakin when she
Yo, when
breaks
she
his
fights
mask in
Vader,
Rebels.
Oh my god,
in
that
Rebels when she fights Vader.
Okay,
I
I
won't
was
fight
never a big
you.
fan
then
of
you
the
will
Rebels
die.
animation style. It looked too much like Ken dolls, but like
Well, it's meant to look like
I'm-
the
Ralph
Ralph
Lauren.
Lauren's up. Yeah,
I loved the Vader.
I
I,
never
was
read
like,
those.
yes.
When she slices half his mask off, and then he goes into the
Oh.
Anakin voice, and he goes Ahsoka, and I'm
Yeah.
like, don't do it, don't go
Well,
for
real
him.
quick,
He's gonna kill you.
Well, real quick, Degrassi brings up this comment, which I know it's not Attack of the Clones related, but I do want to bring this up. You'd all poop your Yoda jammies if Anakin saved Grogu. This is a really popular theory that people think that when Darth Vader attacked the Jedi Temple, he saved Grogu.
That
kept
is
him alive.
bullshit.
That would make no
I
sense.
think it's
I don't
bullshit.
think
No, he probably told him not to go to school that day.
Yeah, I think it's bullshit.
No,
I think somebody
I
hit
know
him.
who saved. I think I know who
somebody
saved
hit
Grogu.
Grogu. I
Who
think somebody
cost
hit
him?
him.
Who,
I
who do you
think-
who do
no.
you think it was, Caden?
I think it was the Bad Batch. And I because,
No, they
because
no,
of
they
the
would
whole
no.
weren't
no
there.
They
because,
weren't
no
on
because
planet. They
no
weren't
They
on
weren't
planet.
even on that planet.
because he
Yes.
he's hidden on the
Yes.
thing, and Camino has the whole Camino files, and Mando has already had files on him. So and the little chick, who's the little chick, Alpha Omega,
Oh, Omega.
Omega.
Or
Omega
Omega.
probably knows about a secret thing, and tells
I
him,
think
"Hey,
it's
we
possible the Bad Batch could have helped hide Grogu.
I think somebody
But
from
I
the
don't
temple
think
hid Grogu in the underground, where
What
where
if
they
it
were
was-
supposed to
But
make
we're
that
talking
series.
about
problem.
we're talking
Here's the
about
problem.
who saved Grogu from the temple, not who
Because it couldn't
who
be.
hit
Another-
him.
some
I don't
other
think it was the
Jedi, I
Bad
think.
Batch. Because here's the problem. They were not on planet.
They weren't there.
They were on the
weren't
planet
there.
with Depa Balaba at the beginning of season 1.
And they were
Order
going
66
Well,
deep
came out.
hold on though.
It's
Did the
Balaba.
attack on the Jedi Temple happen at the exact moment they were on that planet, though?
Order
That's a
66
good
happened
point.
when they were on that planet.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like when Order 66 was ordered, did Anakin go in there the moment it was ordered?
I
Everything
assumed
happens
he
at the
just
same
went
time.
where he arrived at the Jedi Temple like 20 minutes later or something.
Yeah, it was like
Everything
right away,
happened
man.
at the same time.
Because it all
Which
happened
means-
in the same
Please
night.
don't be Mace Windu.
Mace Windu and Omega and the Bad
I think
Batch
it's a
team up
Jedi
to
we
save
haven't been
Grogu.
introduced to yet, and I think
I've seen ideas that it was Jocasta Nu. I've seen
I wouldn't
Well,
mind
it
if
was
it was
Yaddle.
Jocasta Nu.
R2 or something.
Rose Yaddle.
Because clearly
Yaddle
Grogu.
died.
Yeah,
I think
where the
Grogu-
hell is
I think
Yaddle?
Grogu
Yeah,
knows
where is
Yaddle
Yaddle?
died before.
Okay,
Order
Yaddle is my
66.
Discord name, so that's why.
Yaddle- Yeah, Yaddle died before Order 66.
No, that was in
She-
Legends.
No,
That's in
it's
Legends.
canon.
Shut up.
Let's go
It's-
sort this out right now. I'm on Wikipedia. Let's go sort this out right
Yeah.
now.
I don't think anybody knows. I think it's all theoretical.
Yeah.
I think
You
they're
know
going to use it later on down the line to introduce a different Jedi.
Well, I don't know if it's because Obi-Wan told Yoda and Mace Windu he took it seriously. They're just asking because in the movie they're all like, "Oh my God, there's this clone army. Our ability to use the Force is weak." That's what they say in the movie. Like, we can't use the Force as well. We can't sense this stuff happening around us. Like, we're basically neutered Jedi. We're not even maximum power Jedi like we're supposed to be.
There is no
Emotional
indication
damage.
of her. There is no indication of her death.
Hashtag cancel Caden for being incorrect.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my god! You know what?
Get out.
Fuck you.
They never said what happened to Yaddle in canon.
It's definitely a character they're going to bring in later to use.
Yaddle is probably Grogu's
And
mom.
we recently heard her
No,
voice.
don't do
We
that.
know what her voice sounds like in the Skywalker saga.
Well, that's a
You
Lego
know,
game though. I don't think that's like. They could make her sound like that if they want to, I guess.
Well, I mean, it would make sense. I mean, you've got already so many Clone Wars
I don't even know.
actors
anymore.
coming
Maybe-
back for those characters, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, real quick, I
maybe
figured that we'd
Christopher
share
Lloyd
this
is going to
too.
voice Yaddle. Who knows?
Yeah, Christopher
Okay.
Lloyd's cast. Who
Good.
knows?
Great Scott!
He's going to be
Why?
some sort of villain or scientist. It's going to be.
I think
one
he's
episode.
gonna be like a Mandalorian elder.
That
I
would
think
be
he's going to
cool.
be. I think he's going to be a Mon Calamari.
Oh, what if he's what's his face? What if he's what's his face that was fighting for the Dark Blade? The other faction that that can't be right. The timeline.
Wait,
wasn't
wait,
right.
wait. So there's this character in Legends. What's his name? I'll look it up actually. But
The Siege of
You don't think it's
Mandalore
going to be
happened.
Jorah? You don't think it's going to be Jorah Sabeo, do you?
The brother died, right? She killed him.
Who?
Oh man,
In Legends, Yaddle's lightsaber was orange, and canon, I do believe it's green.
Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan killed her brother, right?
Bo-Katan didn't have a brother.
Okay, no, okay. Who is the?
You're talking about the
brother?
other leader of the one who led the Death Watch, right?
The Death Watch. Yeah, he did die,
Well,
right?
Pre-Vizsla, Maul killed him.
Yeah.
Maul-
Yeah,
Oh,
Maul.
that's
That's how he
right.
came into
Before the
possession-
Emperor
that's how
showed
he
up.
came into
That's right.
possession of the Darksaber.
Yep.
He lost it at some point. It wound up in the possession of somebody. I forget who it was.
A girl. She got it, but she
yeah,
felt
because
like she
Sabine
didn't earn it.
Sabine winds up getting it in Rebels. She gives
There
it to
is this-
Bo-Katan.
She goes to the
Bit of a
Bo-Katan. Yeah.
Thousand Tears.
There is this character in Legends called Jorus Sabaoth.
Jorah
Jorah
Sabaoth.
Sabaoth.
Jorah
Yeah,
Sabaoth.
Jorah
Yeah,
Sabaoth.
and it, like Star Wars Explained, like the YouTube channel.
Because the
theorized.
reason why Sabine has this Darksaber is because when Ezra is like leaves Kanan to go be apprenticed to Darth Maul takes him to his like home, like his like and like Darth Maul has like this like
Hey, what's up, Brian?
like
What Caden?
Mom-
What movie did we see Jorah Sabaoth in? He's the one that looks like a Native American, right? Which show was
No.
No,
that?
he never.
Jorah
No, he's
Sabaoth
never
was
appeared in
never-
a movie.
Jorah
He's in-
Sabaoth
Who's
was
the
in
one that
Heir
looks
to the-
like a Native American that appeared in either Mandalorian or Boba Fett?
I think. Are you talking about what's his name?
He was
Quinlan
the
Voss?
one Jedi that went dark, and they were able to bring
Yeah,
him back.
Quinlan Voss.
Quinlan Voss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, dude, man, I hope.
Yeah,
They
that guy
turned him
appeared in,
into-
like the background of the Phantom Menace. He was
Yeah.
on Tatooine.
He turned him into
they retconned
Lebowski.
him into like being.
'Cause
Yeah,
I knew
Jedi.
I had seen him. I knew
Yeah.
I had seen him.
What's up,
Hey,
Brian?
let's ask Brian.
Not
RJ,
much.
give Brian the questions. Me and
Yeah.
Diallo are still
Right
trying to
now.
figure out where this movie ranks for us.
Yeah,
It's
no,
gonna
well,
be low.
Well, I was
What?
gonna ask. Yeah,
I
well,
love
yeah.
it, but it's gonna be low.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
well,
hate
no,
that
that's
movie.
why.
Ooh.
The worst
Yeah,
Star
so
Wars movie ever
Brian,
made.
so I gotta ask you the opening question. It's the 20th anniversary. Looking back on this movie, what do you think about it? What do you like? What do you don't like? And where does this rank for you for Star Wars movies?
Okay, I like that it was my first Star Wars movie, but I hate it. It's awful. It's the worst Star Wars movie ever.
You think?
Uh,
Okay. So you
It's
think it's
my
the worst
least
one.
favorite Star Wars movie, period, bar none. Like
Mine too.
anyone that did on Last Jedi could not have possibly watched the same movie I watched in Attack of the Clones. No, it's really that
Is there
bad.
anything you like about it?
I
It's
saw
okay
it-
if you don't like it, because I know this is a lot of
I
people's
saw,
least
I, saw, I
favorite.
saw it in IMAX. No, I mean
Ooh,
That one
that
was
was
cool.
cool. That was my first ever IMAX back in like 2002.
Wow. Oh.
Not.
what?
Uh-oh. I'm not over the moon about it. Like I really dislike it. It's my least favorite Star Wars movie. I
A
mean, it's
lot
not a
of people
horrible
are like
movie,
that.
but like if
Yeah.
we're ranking them, no, dude, sorry.
Yeah.
There's a special
Well, is
place
there-
down at the bottom of my list for that one.
Is there any like? Well, what about the movie makes it your least favorite? Is it like
Well-
the writing, the story?
Okay, the one part I did like, okay, you asked me that. I liked the only physical bit of scenery we got in that whole damn movie, which was the lake house. That was beautiful.
Oh yeah. They shot
But
that on
other
location,
than
too.
that, man, no, dude, it was just the acting was bad. Like, and I understand it's George Lucas's method. Faster, more intense. Those are the only two modes of
Faster and
direction.
more intense.
yeah.
Faster and more intense.
But like, I'm just like, nah, dude. I mean, I love Hayden Christensen. I mean, it's a shame, that he didn't have a better script to work with. The dialogue was bad. And I'm not even like one of those people that like cares about such things as dialogue and stuff.
Mm.
It was just really.
Did
really
you like
bad.
any of the stuff with like the Battle of Geonosis at all?
I did. I popped and I saw Yoda unsheath his lightsaber for the first time, but it was Dooku stood in place while fucking Yoda jumped around. It was dumb.
Yeah, the fight
That's
choreography.
Like
It's
it's,
so
it's the most
weird.
overrated fight in Star Wars history, dude. It was more interesting when Hayden Christensen got his arm cut off. Like Anakin losing a limb was the most poignant.
Oh,
part of
I
whole
like the
damn
fight
movie.
with Dooku more than I like the Yoda fight. I just thought it was cool to
Yeah,
see
the
Yoda,
Yoda
snap
fight with
out.
Dooku was stupid. Dooku just stood there, and you can tell it was a stand-in because he was 90.
Well, it's
when they
also
made
notice
movie.
that it's like super quick. It's just
Oh,
like
but
a
that
minute long.
also,
Yeah.
that really great scene though in the hallway during the arena battle where you got to see what kind of gunslinger Jango really was because
Well,
he took
yeah,
that gun out and,
and
said, pew, 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 pew,
Yeah, except
and
for
then
Mace
spun it.
Windu. Pink, thunk. Done.
Dude, The blaster's not working. Try something else. Oh nope, he's
Well,
No,
he
his
was-
rocket.
no.
It's his, if his
Well,
rocket.
no,
was-
his
if his-
jetpack was broken. He couldn't use
Yeah,
his
if
jetpack
his
to get away.
jetpack
I like
was
Natalie
working,
Portman.
he
but
could have
you
escaped.
keep
But no,
shooting
like
at Windu like something different was going to happen. And
Well, I'm
then
talking about the Jedi. I'm talking about the Jedi that he killed. Django killed a Jedi. Remember, he did the whole
Yeah,
cowboy
yeah, oh,
thing.
yeah,
Blam,
the
blam, blam,
dinosaur
blam, blam, blam,
guy.
blam, and then he spun the gun and
Coleman
put it back in the
Trumbo is his
holster.
name. He's
Yeah, that
actually
was a
named
cool
after
little
Rob
move,
Coleman.
but yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Windu got a purple lightsaber. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
motherfucker,
also-
you got a
Like I said,
purple
it's-
lightsaber,
Well, also,
motherfucker.
Degrassi mentioned this earlier, and I got to bring this up too. One of the best Star Wars characters of all time was in this movie, introduced in this movie, and that was Dexter Jettster.
Oh,
Okay.
The
Okay. Can
designer-
someone explain to me? Never mind.
parsec, the Rishi maze.
I can answer.
Listen,
I can
Dexter
answer.
Jettster's iconic. Okay.
I
Why
can
is
answer,
there a
and I can actually
diner-
answer his question. I can
There's a
answer his
diner
question.
in Star Wars.
Oh yeah, go ahead, TW. Answer Degrassi's question.
If we're talking about in live action, I can't speak to that. But if you want to just talk about purely in the world of Star Wars, he's actually in the newest novel that's coming out, Star Wars Brotherhood.
Right, he is.
I have
Wait, what?
$5, guys. Who wants to make a gentleman's bet?
If he isn't Obi-Wan Kenobi, and if he's not Obi-Wan Kenobi, I will.
Kenobi, bro.
If he's not,
Oh my God, he might
If
be
he's
in
not-
Kenobi.
Wait, hold on.
if he isn't, then
No,
Obi-Wan
hold on.
Kenobi is
Did
automatically.
he
It's a
survive?
failure.
Did he
It's a
survive
failure.
everything that happened on Coruscant? Is he still alive?
Yeah,
Well, he was
yeah,
listen, he
he's
was
alive.
part of the
He's cool.
underground. He was part of the underworld. Remember, he was down on the ground. They always talk. Remember, they were going to do a George Lucas series about just like the criminal underground of
Yeah,
Coruscant.
but
and like
He's
that
still-
video game 1313.
yeah, but those
I think.
people still lived and thrived. A lot of them did. I mean, hell,
Yeah.
you see them in.
I wouldn't
They just
mind.
lived under, they had to live
listen.
under the Empire's rule. That's all it was. It was.
I
it was
wouldn't
a-
mind seeing Dexter Jettster again. Why not?
Right? Like, come on, man.
Like he's a diner. He's an owner of a diner who cooks good
Depends
food.
on how
but
deep
he has
your
his
I'm pulling
pockets
for
are.
Boss Nass myself, dude. Like,
Or
At some
ABY
point-
is when
Gungans.
Dexter's
What
diner.
about what Tamba?
The Techno Union Army.
He's dead.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
he's
Anakin killed him.
He was like
Yeah.
playing with his. He was like twisting his
Kill-
nipple.
kill-
Yeah,
but
that was
Dexter's
a weird moment.
diner.
Can we see
Dexter's
Vader go to
diner
Nemoidia?
died.
Well, actually, I have a
So-
question.
What?
Okay, this is something I've always wondered, and I wondered it after I watched the movie again today. Is that the only time Anakin ever saw Watto again, or did he see Watto again later in life, like as Darth Vader?
In the
In
comics,
Legends,
bro.
he did. In Legends, he did.
Did he kill him?
Yes.
Yes.
How'd he kill him?
It wasn't like a.
I think he
like
force
a-
choked him.
Force choke,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Like
not
in
in
Snap.
Like,
canon.
what
No.
I actually liked, it's weird that like we never saw him and Owen Lars ever like talk again like after the film.
Can we
Like
get that
that's
in
the
live
ones I never
action?
met, and
What
yeah.
if Watto was in Obi?
Or-
Okay, I need.
What if
Watto
Watto's an Obi-Wan, bro?
If
And Darth Vader's
Watto
on
is
Tatooine
no.
going,
Ryan, what was- what was your question about Nemoidia? What?
Watto.
he says
Sorry,
little Annie right before he runs him through.
Brian, you were asking something about Nemoidia. Gator Nemoidia.
Yeah.
I always remember Qui-Gon talking to
Okay,
him, but
'cause
I
by the
don't
way-
even remember Obi talking to him.
No,
By the way,
yeah,
Brian-
yeah, Obi-Wan never.
Hold on,
really
I think TW's trying to ask something. Hold on, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna say for Brian, you know how you were talking about that business on Cato Nemoidia? That is the plot of Brotherhood. That is the plot of that novel. So you get to find out what that business on Cato Nemoidia was.
Oh, nice. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's one of the books I want to read too.
It just came out. I'm looking forward to the other one that's coming out, Shadow of the Sith. Oh, that one's gonna be really good.
Yeah, I
in the
want
new
more
book,
dark side
apparently
stuff.
There's like a Cal Kestis reference, like Anakin meets his master Jara Tapal, and you see, and it says, and he actually sees a redhead kid. Yeah.
Can we also talk about like one of the biggest like letdowns in Star Wars history until the Clone Wars show came out?
Mm.
The little exchange with Dooku and Obi-Wan Kenobi, where he tells him about the Jedi that did everything.
Oh yeah, Sifo Dyas.
Sifo Dyas, the biggest letdown in Star Wars history.
No one never found out who he was.
It was
Well,
except for in the Clone Wars, but it was like, what the hell is this, man?
Clone Wars, but also if you listen to the audio drama Dooku Jedi Lost,
Yeah,
they
you
actually
learn
explain
a
what
lot about
happened
him.
and why Sifo Dyas leaves.
Yeah,
the Jedi Order.
It's kind of like he encounters a Sith artifact and he gets a little touched.
Can we
about
talk
it.
about the other biggest letdown in Star Wars history? And I'm talking about all 11 movies.
Okay, relax.
No, really, all 11 movies. The biggest letdown. He stays consistent. Okay. C-3PO is the most annoying motherfucker I've ever. I can't stand him.
Thank you.
I wish he wasn't in the movies.
Really?
I fucking hate
like
C-3PO.
Jar Jar.
I
No.
love him.
C3PO.
No, I like Jar Jar. Like he's better in the
I love
Clone
Jar
Wars
Jar.
than he was in
I mean-
Phantom Menace.
He was always a.
I could go my.
I don't know.
If I had to pick a character I could go my entire life without ever seeing again, it would be
Oh,
Cy
Chewbacca,
Snoodle.
easily. Fuck Chewbacca.
What?
Oi!
What?
Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Hey, you don't say that.
You caught my
dog's
eye
named
blinking.
Chewie, guys. Come on.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
cool seeing the Wookiee.
Well, actually,
Well, his
I know-
nephew's name was Loey, so.
Well, Brian brought up Hayden Christensen. I figured this would be the last big article we read. It's an interview with Hayden Christensen about the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones. So it says Clones at 20. Hayden Christensen looks back at his first steps as Anakin Skywalker. The actor set to return Obi-Wan Kenobi speaks at StarWars.com to commemorate the 20th anniversary Attack of the Clones. As it turns out, the first person to duel Anakin Skywalker wasn't a Sith Lord, a strange alien, or some other powerful villain. Rather, it was someone from our own galaxy. I remember when I got the phone call saying that I got the part. I was still in bed, actually, in my apartment in Vancouver at the time. I recall walking out after I got off the phone, just sort of stunned in disbelief by the news, walking into the living room where my roommate was. He was aware that I was waiting for this call, and he saw my smile and immediately understood that there was good news. My response was, I lit up an imaginary lightsaber. He was a big Star Wars fan too, and he had the soundtrack to Episode 1. He put the Star Wars soundtrack on, and we had this whole imaginary lightsaber duel around our apartment, jumping on all the furniture and just screaming like giddy little children. Christensen smiles. He recounts the story in a Zoom conversation with StarWars.com, marking the 20th anniversary of Star Wars Attack of the Clones. In the film, Christensen would be tasked with playing a maturing Anakin Skywalker and stepping into the central role of the prequel trilogy, if not the entire Star Wars saga. For me, trying to develop the character of Anakin, there was a lot that I could draw from. There's a lot of source material. I was playing a part that was already played before me as well as after me. This was a character that had a family and children that had grown up. It had all these elements and where he was in life, what that life was. Now, all of that would have affected him. There's a lot of elements that need to cohere. And for me, one of the aspects of Star Wars that I found really compelling was the generational aspect of it. I really wanted to feel authentic and have as much continuity as possible. I was very cognizant of the performance that Jake Lloyd gave in Episode 1 and wanting to feel like it was really just an older version of that same kid. Some of the nuances and mannerisms of Darth Vader, wanting that transition to have some context as well, and to his children, Luke and Leia, and for that lineage to feel convincing. So I had a lot that I was drawing from, and then, of course, everything he's going through in the story. Episode 2's Anakin is not a Jedi yet, but a Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi. He can be kind, immature, cocky, insincere, warm, and angry. In other words, he's very much a teenager. As the story of Attack of the Clones develops, Anakin falls in love with Natalie Portman's Padme, but he also suffers from premonitions surrounding his mother Shmi. Desperate, blah, blah, blah. He murders the Tuskens. We all know. Well, we all watched the movie. In a crucial scene, and one that I point out as my personal favorite, following the massacre, Anakin confesses everything to Padme and breaks down. Christensen impressively pours out all sides of Anakin's personality and emotions here, as the young Jedi tries to make sense of what he's done. The sequence have proven important not only for Anakin's journey, but Christensen's as well. Now, what did you guys think of this scene, by the way, since we're talking
people kind of meme that scene, and it does have a humorous, but when he gets to the point where he's like, they were animals and they slaughtered them, I slaughtered them like animals. When he says, I hate them, the hair on the back of my neck still stands up. Like, it freaks me out. It genuinely, unnerves me.
Yeah,
Hey, what's up, memes?
Yeah, I don't know if I liked. It was okay until he was like, "I killed the men, women, and children." Like,
oh my god, so many people put that out of context. Holy crap!
Look. I understand what they were trying to do, but it was just weird because we're still trying to be sympathetic towards his situation, but it's like you're making him dark too early, and then the fact that Padme is taking what he's saying so well, there's no reaction to her whatsoever. It just felt like they were trying too hard with that. He didn't need to mention that at all. He didn't have to mention the women and the children. I'm like, we're supposed to like him first before you start going dark like this. I don't know. that was forced to me. I was fine with it up until that point.
You went full Jedi side.
Jedi side.
So it talks about the importance of the scene for Christensen as well, saying, "We all understood that it was an important scene for the character and his arc." Christensen recalls. When we were rehearsing it, we tried a few different ways. I had conversations with George Lucas about the degree of his angst and emotional state and trying to find it. We tried it one way and I didn't quite feel like I was connecting with it. George walked over to me and we had a really nice heart-to-heart conversation. I felt that scene was pivotal in my relationship with him as well, in terms of how we spoke about the work and the character. We really opened up our dialogue, which then continued into episode 3. But yeah, that scene was a big one. Attack of the Clones represented a lot of firsts for Christensen. He had never been outside of North America before filming episode 2, which took him to Tunisia, Australia, Italy, and Spain. It was obviously his big break.
Australia.
Yeah, there you go. Shout out to Australia.
Yeah,
And also introduced Christensen to Ewan McGregor, who played Skywalker's master, Obi-Wan Kenobi. The two would form a bond on screen and off. I was the new kid on the block, and he went out of his way to make me feel welcomed and comfortable. I remember the first time we met, he gave me a big hug and really kind of hit it off right from the get-go. I think our relationship in a lot of ways sort of mirrors our characters' relationships at that point too. He says, they have reunited for Obi-Wan Kenobi, the limited series kicking off May 27th on Disney+, which seems to be especially significant for Christensen. We were very close and remained close, but we hadn't seen each other in a little while. But we got together before we started filming just to catch up, and it was so nice to reconnect with him, he says. I love the man very much. Christensen recently rewatched the prequels in preparation for Obi-Wan Kenobi, giving him a chance to reflect on the experience and the movies themselves. Watching them again as a whole, I was really stuck with the quality and depth of the storytelling and George's vision for it all. It's so nuanced, complex, and layered, he says, really remarkable.
Have I been muted this whole fucking time? Wow.
Have you?
Wow.
Were you talking?
No, I'm kidding. I went and got a bottle of
Oh,
water.
I was about to say.
I just wanted to say two things real quick before the article goes any further, because that I want to make a. You know how everybody's always made fun of Christian for his wooden acting in those prequels? What if he comes on Obi and kills it?
He probably will.
You know what I mean? Like, just kills it. And also, I wanted to say, RJ, I love it when you read to us.
Thank you.
All right.
I appreciate it. The Attack of the Clones released May 16th, 2002, making Christensen a household name. Love for the movie and the prequels at large has steadily grown over time. Christensen has noticed. It's like those films had a gestation period where they need a little time to ferment in the public psyche, he says. The reception that the films have now, it's very heartwarming. End of interview.
You know,
so thoughts on
to
this
all
interview?
The people on this panel real quick and others that aren't here. I love talking about Cape stuff. I love talking about comic stuff. I even love arguing about fucking Snyder once in a while. But I love it when we talk about Star Wars. And this is the 20th anniversary. This is the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones. But I really don't want to wait, okay, until 2025 when RJ does the 20th anniversary of the Revenge of the Sith. I want to talk about Revenge of the Sith as soon as possible. We need to set that up.
Well, Chris, I am glad you said that, my friend, because I have a very important announcement to make, and you just gave me the best segue to do so. So I've been teasing this for a little bit, and I am very proud to announce something that's coming to my channel and maybe even podcast services around the internet.
It is.
And I am very pleased to announce this. It's been in the works for a little bit, and very pleased to announce it. I'm doing a Star Wars show.
I'm in.
Called This Is the Way.
Star
Wars live show.
I'm in.
I'm there.
We can do StreamYard or Spotify, SoundCloud. I don't give a shit. I will podcast. I would listen. You guys will hate me before it's over because I will talk your brains out about Star Wars, dude. Theory, books. You don't understand. People don't understand how obsessed with Star Wars I am. I am.
Me too.
Yeah, so the show is called This Is the Way, a Star Wars live show.
This is the way.
Can you show me the way? I can show you.
Do you know how much I want to? Do you know how much I want to have like a piece of fan art of Knuckles the Mandalorian? Do you know that this is the way? You know.
Not only that, but I'm very pleased to announce that the first episode of This Is the Way will be going live tomorrow on my birthday.
Nice.
The very first episode of This
I
Is
thought
the
you were
Way.
busy because of your family and all that.
Well, it's my birthday. I can get time off for myself.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying because I would love to talk whatever any Star Wars you want to talk. Now I'm not really. I don't remember. I've read a lot of the books, but I don't remember a lot of them. But I'm gonna this new one you were mentioning that was coming out about Obi-Wan and Anakin. I want to get that because you said it was canon. Man, that's a great picture of Ahsoka, man. Get that off there. Thank you. Yeah, that's bank material right there, fellas. That's bank material. So
But yeah,
I haven't got to talk. Brodan's the only one I ever got to talk Revenge of the Sith with, and a lot of people don't like it, but it's one of my, believe it or not, me being an OG trilogy guy, I'm an OG trilogy guy, but Revenge of the Sith is in my top 3 of one of the greatest Star Wars movies ever made.
Well,
it's
hey,
number 4 for me.
Rossi brings up a good point. Next year is the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi.
Yes, I'll be there for that.
The first movie I ever saw in a theater, I don't know if I've ever told anybody this story because I'm 47, but so I'm aging myself. But I think I was 9 years old, and my dad and
wait, Degrassi's 53.
Wow, my dad and
he did say he was like, yeah, he did.
That's nuts. Yeah, he kind of does. He kind of can't. Degrassi knows his shit, but anyway,
for someone who also, for a bit of context here, for someone who named them, and I'm saying this because I'm also a Canadian, for someone who named themselves Degrassi Knowles, I'm like, yeah, I can buy that. You know.
Anyway, The Last Jedi, guys, was my very first movie ever in my life. My mom, my aunt, and my dad dropped me off at the cinema, gave me the money. I got to go in like a big boy at 9 years old. The first time I'd ever been in a theater. I watched Return of the Jedi. The speeder bike scene was so exhilarating at that time. Then I got to come out, wait for them to pick me up, and my dad took me to Kmart and bought me 3 action figures right after the movie.
Nice.
It's one of the best memories I have in my life.
Do you remember what figures you got?
I got Leia, Chewie, and Han.
Right on.
Awesome. I already had Luke.
So yeah, this will be tomorrow's gonna be a very special stream. The first episode of This Is the Way. We're gonna be talking Ahsoka, which just recently started production. We're gonna be going over our Star Wars Celebration predictions and expectations for that live event.
I got a friend that's gonna be there and is gonna be live streaming from it.
Awesome.
I might be able to go Sunday of that.
Oh, nice.
Star Celebration.
And there are some rumors. There are some rumors floating around. There could be something getting announced tomorrow, maybe. Caden?
Yeah. Apparently there might be someone posted something, and then I asked someone, "What does this mean?" And they're like, "That person that knows that person, they're like, oh, they think there's an announcement tomorrow, but they don't like around either in the morning or around Disney upfront."
Was this the old Jordan Mason thing?
No, this was Anthony. Remember the guy who used to write for Vanity Fair, Anthony Brusnikin?
Okay, yeah, no, because he posted
the Nick Winters clip, and then because that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I'm like,
we have no clue the announcement would be for a movie, a TV show. It's probably something theatrical.
That'd be awesome.
If it's during upfronts, then it's most likely a Disney Plus.
What I'm thinking is it could be that rumored TV show that John Watts was rumored to be involved in.
The Goat Rodeo?
The kids show. Yeah,
Grammar Rodeo.
Yeah,
I'm hoping it's that we're gonna go ahead and still make Rogue Squadron and not scrap it.
That might be something they say for Celebration. Yeah. Remember, Celebration's just
Degrassi's 52. That's why me and him hit it off so well, because we live the same life. We've grown up with the same music. You know what I mean? Like this dude is a Pearl Jam fanatic. And every time I mention something, he knows it because he's lived it.
There will be 2 other things for Marvel, apparently.
Oh, interesting. Okay, maybe something for She-Hulk and Ms. Marvel. Maybe a new trailer. Or are we talking about something like brand new that they haven't announced yet?
What would that have? Why would that have anything to do with? Oh, you're not talking.
We're talking about the Disney upfront. We're gonna make a bunch of announcements. Yeah,
I'm sure She-Hulk will be part of it. We're gonna get the She-Hulk trailer.
Well, the thing is, people have to understand about. The thing is, real quick, people have to understand about upfronts is that they're meant for advertisers, for cable and streaming. Yeah, that's what it's targeted for.
That's why I think we're gonna get the She-Hulk trailer,
unless it's like a special for Disney Plus or like HBO Max. There won't be any movie theatrical announcements.
Look, Moon Knight just ended. There's nothing happening with Marvel right now. There's no movies coming up. Doctor Strange just ended, except for Thor. Disney Plus. I'm I'll bet we're gonna get the She-Hulk trailer. Like that's gonna be it.
Maybe not.
Yeah. Well, I think that's gonna about wind things down. Unless there's anything else you guys wanted to talk about in regards to Attack of the Clones at all. Is there anything that we didn't mention at all during this that you guys want to cover real quick?
You want to buy some death sticks?
Oh yeah, that guy.
Anakin really upset about
Like
sand.
I said, if
That's my
Watto
favorite scene.
and
Anakin's
Dexter
really upset about the
Jester-
sand.
Actually,
If
real
Watto
quick,
and
real quick, there
Justin
was something I
happened
forgot to
to
mention. What I rewatching the film today. Actually, the scene where Smee Skywalker dies, I thought
That's
that was
very
actually
sad.
I thought that was actually very well handled. In
And I
terms
would
of
have. Let me
acting
tell you something,
performances
Anakin.
and
I'd have done
all
the
stuff.
same shit, little brother. I'd have done the same shit.
Well,
Murked him.
one of my favorite parts is the way the music
Yeah.
swells
Oh,
up
yeah.
and it's like really creepy and scary because like that's the moment it snaps and like Darth Vader in a sense is born a little bit. Not,
And then
like,
it
not
cuts to
completely,
and then it
but-
cuts to the temple, eh? And you
Mhm.
can hear, Qui-Gon's voice in the distance. Anakin, no, like
You hear Darth Vader's breathing.
Yeah, definitely.
Ugh.
Definitely.
know.
No, definitely. That scene.
Why do they keep cutting away every time he's about to murk a bunch of people? Like, I want to see him murk a
Because
bunch
it's-
of people.
because-
Well,
it's
it's because
PG.
that it was PG.
PG
Revenge of the
rating.
Sith was the first PG-13
Yeah.
Star Wars movie.
But they're cutting limbs off in that movie, so like, you
Yeah,
see
but there's
it
no
happen.
blood, so.
They
Yeah,
got limbs
right.
off an Empire.
Exactly. So they could
Listen, the MPAA is not consistent.
They're definitely not. They're definitely not.
I mean, look at people were getting outraged about Doctor Strange 2 just recently saying this should have been rated R.
It's like y'all,
Really?
y'all,
That
y'all are
people said
noobs.
that?
Y'all are noobs. Like, come on now.
I will say, Anthony, that Attack of the Clones is better than any of the sequel movies, except for I really, really, really like The Force Awakens.
I do not agree with
Well,
that. I do not
I like
agree
the
with that
Force
at all.
Awakens too. It's pretty good.
And I like Rise of Skywalker. There's parts about it I really love. Other parts I don't like, but it's likable. It's enough. It's Star Wars. I'll take it.
But
I
The only
think
one that I
so.
really, really have a problem with is The Last Jedi, and even that movie has scenes
Look,
I like.
Look, everyone
You know
can
what's
find me
crazy?
on this. All three the sequel movies are better made films than Attack of the Clones. Like, come on.
I agree.
Let's be
Okay,
realistic.
All three of them are above 1 and 2 for me.
Menace is a hard watch.
I can't go that far. But also, Caden, get a load of this. Anthony Bresnikan's account is gone again.
Who's he?
Anthony
the guy that-
Bresnikan was the writer for Vanity Fair and other news organizations. He's a really good guy. He used to work for Entertainment Weekly, and
What?
basically he's the one who
Go look at the
Bresnikan
tweet.
is as legit as they
Yeah.
come. Like he did like the cover. He did the interview with Zack Snyder.
Well,
about
what
the
did he
Snyder
say
Cut.
that people are mad about that he
No,
lost?
no one's mad. He just
Oh.
tweeted. He deleted his Twitter and he was gone for a long time, but he came back and tweeted a video of Bill Murray singing Star Wars. Like,
You know
he-
Nick Winters, Chris? From
Is he a
SNL?
writer?
Star Wars, nothing but Star
Yeah.
Wars.
Yeah, I know
He
him.
posted that clip with a clock, and that was it.
Yeah.
Oh,
he,
And then,
shit, he's-
and then
Yeah, he
and then
posted that,
deactivated his Twitter account.
and then he
again.
deactivated his Twitter account, deleted the tweet.
Oh, he about to break a story. We're gonna hear some Star Wars shit,
I
right?
was saying that's why people think there might be something happening tomorrow.
Well, I'm not. Maybe it'll be like Tales of the Jedi or something like that, just to kind of either that or some Ahsoka stuff.
I would really dig that because I'm tired. I don't hate the Jedi we have, but you could do like the way you're gonna do Clone Wars and Bad Batch. You could do a whole separate series about different Jedis that went out on did their adventures. You could do that. What's her name? Even though it's sad she died. What's her name? I always forget her name. The one that all the clone troopers shoot.
Ayla Secura.
Yeah, you could do her or the one that died on the ship right before they killed Dooku. It's a deleted scene. I don't think they show it, but if you watch the director,
Shakti
No, it's
died.
retcon that she
yeah,
dies
Shakti,
in-
that's her name. Shakti when Shakti
Killed
dies
her,
in
they've killed her
Jedi
twice
Temple.
already in Legends.
Yeah, like you could like do a whole series about her. How she? I mean, they could do. There's just other Jedi's out there. Is all I'm saying.
Well, Tales of the Jedi is this animated anthology series they're doing, so who knows what that's going to be
Is
like.
it gonna
Hey,
be
did any of you
different
guys like
animated
did any of you guys like the cartoons that they companion on Disney Plus not too long ago? The animation of Star
Visions?
Wars. Visions,
Well,
yeah. Did anybody
Watson-
I
like
never
those?
saw that.
I
didn't
love
recognize
Visions.
it.
I do too,
Loved it.
DL. Good shit. Every one of
Yes.
them was good.
So
Even the crazy brother and sister one, even that one was good. Where I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Even that one was good. They're all really good. I hope they do more.
That was
I didn't
What
get
did I
it.
miss?
Star Wars, a droid story.
Oh my god.
I don't
What?
care
What
about
about
that.
the Yaddle?
No, seriously, they are. That's another one of the shows they're doing. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they announced it during the big Disney Investor Day.
Oh
when they
yeah, I
announced
remember
Rogue
that like
Squadron
2 years
stuff.
ago or a year ago.
Yeah, it was like
They
it
even
was
say
a
what it
blip on the
was.
screen.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
they said it
that.
was going to be an animated show for Disney
Yeah.
Plus.
It was up there when
I
they were
think
talking
they
about
said
what.
Anthony Daniels, isn't it?
Yeah, it was.
I
They
think
Star
were
Wars:
talking
A
about.
Droid Story
prequel.
will feature a new
It
character
was
that
up
is
there with
guided by
Andor. It
R2D2
was
and
up.
C-3PO.
Yeah, it was up there
There
with
you go.
Andor and the Rebel whatever Alliance people. The shit that Gina Carano was supposed to be in.
Well, they're saying it's an animated movie. Okay.
Rangers of the New Republic.
That's what it was. That's what it was, Caden. Good pull, Cameron.
Yeah, that's okay. So crazy thing is, we all thought that was scrapped, right? Because of Gina Carano being fired, right? Well, I looked at Disney's Star Wars Disney Plus stuff again. It's back up on there.
Well, Bill Burr's been teasing he's going to come back too.
Well, you know what? You know, I honestly think that the center of that should be. I'm a little partial, but I think the center of that show should honestly be Paul Sun-Young Lee, who played Carson Teva. I'd love that because I like him as an actor anyway.
Or hell, have it be a Cobb Vanth show.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. I
Rangers
don't
of
think
the New Republic. I guess you could see that. You know,
I think Timothy's too
But-
busy though because they're bringing back Justified, so Timothy might be too busy. To
they're
do
bringing
it.
Justified back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
bringing
bringing
Justified
they're
back,
bringing
yeah.
Justified back. So
Oh my gosh, they brought back Deadwood and they brought back Justified.
yeah.
Wow.
And this thing,
But
Quentin
that's what was so
Tarantino's
funny
supposed
about the
to be
casting.
directing like a couple episodes of that.
That's what was so funny about the casting of Cobb Vanth, like of casting Timothy Oliphant. I joked, I said it a couple of times. I'm like, so casting Timothy Oliphant as a sheriff on the frontier, bit of a challenge. I don't know if he'll be able to do it.
Yeah.
Do you guys think Cobb Vanth really killed? You think he's dead?
Oh, he's not dead. No, they're working on him, and they're working on him in the post.
Yeah, they're working on him.
What's his name that shot him? I always say his name wrong.
Cad Bane.
Cad Bane.
Cad
Yeah.
Bane.
I always say Bane Cad. Did you guys like him? Did you guys like the way he looked? Was you guys
Oh, yeah.
pleased with it?
Yeah, he's meant to be like an elderly man at this point.
Yeah, I thought it
so
looked
yeah.
pretty cool. I was. Yeah, I liked.
loved it.
I think I liked it more than other people did, but I'm a Star Wars simp. But I was okay with Book of Boba Fett. I mean, he did take his helmet off way too much, but remember, he's not the same man that he was during the OG trilogy, so I think it's okay. You know,
That doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me at all. Because I liked Tim Morrison as an actor. So like,
yeah, so do I, man.
And the one thing I
do
loved,
too.
the one thing I loved though, was when it came to bringing him back. Was if you guys haven't seen the Disney Gallery for the Book of Boba Fett, Kathy Kennedy said that George Lucas sat down with her when she was going to take over the company, and he said to her, "If you ever bring back Boba Fett, get Temuera Morrison to play the adult Boba Fett. He's that good." So he went to bat for him just as the company was changing hands.
Yeah,
so
it's
I
really awesome.
I love that. You know,
And Kathleen
It
brought him
was-
in, so that's cool. You know.
Yeah. And there's a great film which he's in. It's a New Zealand film called Once for Warriors, which he's in, and I really like that, and I recommend it. Just to get a sort of better
Well, if that's
feeling
the
of his
case-
acting performances.
I really liked him in Barbed Wire.
Well, if this
No,
is the
I'm- no,
case,
I'm kidding, I'm
Rossi, I
kidding.
very much look forward to that. If
I would.
Infinites is coming, Star Wars Infinites, like their
If
version of
Infinity,
What If,
oh my god,
that'd
I've
be
been
really
begging for an Infinity show forever. You know,
Yeah, it's second
What
season
If for
of
Star
Visions
Wars?
coming too.
Have they announced who they've cast to be Thrawn?
No, not yet, but probably at Celebration.
I wonder who.
there have been rumors about everybody. You know,
Everybody in Hollywood.
Benedict Cumberbatch and Pierce Brosnan, and
Lars Mikkelsen.
Lars Mikkelsen, the actor who voiced him in Rebels. You know, which
That was
by
him?
the way, yeah, not Mads Mikkelsen, his brother.
Yeah,
By the way,
I got confused.
but by the way, though, I have to say, one of my favorite things, though, I will never forget watching that Rebels Season 3 announcement trailer at Celebration
yeah.
Europe.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, I lost my
crowd went
mind.
off. Yeah, I've been to two of them. I've been to the one in Orlando and the one in Chicago, and both times
They gotta
had
bring one up to
trailers.
Toronto, man. That's where they gotta go next.
Like when the Emperor came out, they showed the trailer, but even like just him play it again. I was like, that
Play
was
it
so insane.
again.
Dude. That was so good. It was so good.
Oh my
I
god!
mean, I
I'm
couldn't get
dying.
on none of the panels or nothing, but we could watch it outside on our phones and shit. You could hear the crowd rumbling. It was crazy. What's the matter? What'd you eat? Something hot?
Bro.
What happened?
I was watching Cops.
No. No, I got some in my eye. That's terrible.
What are you eating?
I ate a chicken wing, hot one. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, you touched your eye?
No.
Go wash your hands, Brian.
F's in the chat for Brian's eye.
F's in the chat, guys.
All right, we're good. We're good.
Oh boy.
I was only crying a little
You gotta
bit.
watch your face or something.
Where are the wings from? Where are the
I'll be
wings
back.
from?
It's
Oh,
Yeah,
shit,
you gotta watch your
Anthony, let me ask you, what do you think of
Hot
Attack of the
ones.
Clones?
I'll be back.
Attack of the Clones is
Yeah.
a masterpiece. I don't care.
You think everything's a fucking...
Oh,
There's never
Lord.
been a medium with this guy. It's always trash or a masterpiece.
No.
Like every time I see Beltray, every time I see Beltray, it's just, yo man, this show ass. Like, why are we
Yeah,
doing
right,
this?
or it's a masterpiece.
trash.
It's never
No,
anything like
no,
that.
Every time.
It is, dude. Oh,
Fucking
so
liar.
if I'll give the whole movie, I'll give it like a 6 out of 10.
Okay, that's
The-
good.
the-
all right.
the
That
dog-
doesn't
the
make it a
dog-
fucking masterpiece. Then what's wrong
I'm
with
joking. I was joking.
you? What is a
Nah,
masterpiece?
but like-
What about Revenge of the Sith? Is that a masterpiece?
That's a fucking masterpiece.
That's a
That
fucking
is
masterpiece.
amazing.
Not a
fucking movie.
masterpiece. No, it's
I would
Hey,
love
It's
to
better
have
than,
this
bro. It's
amazing.
better than the Last Jedi. It's better than a piece of shit Rise of Skywalker. It's better than
There it
any
is.
Nintendo sequels
Look,
that
this is
JJ
my
ever
list,
produced. Fuck
and it's
that.
changed over the years, but this is my power 5: Empire, A New Hope,
Okay.
Revenge of the Sith,
Okay.
A fifth?
then Return of the Jedi,
I like
and
that.
Rogue One. And I don't give a shit. Who
Take
doesn't
Rogue
like
One
Rogue
out.
One?
Rogue One
Fuck
is
that.
Those are my
Rogue
5
One is
favorite
really
Star
good.
Wars movies.
If we're
Rogue
counting
One
mine,
could
I'm
touch
not.
your
I'll
grass.
give you my 5. I'll give you my 5.
Good.
Return of the Jedi, Empire. Jesus.
Attack of Clones.
No, not at all. In no reality is that right. The Force Awakens.
The Phantom Menace.
No, even though that's the first Star Wars movie I ever saw, so it does hold a special place in my heart, even though it's not good. But
It's better than
That's 3.
Disney
That's
sequels.
3, and you're still missing one of the big ones. I'm waiting to see if I hear it or not.
you want me to say Revenge of the Sith? Is that what you want me to
No,
say?
I want you to and A New Hope.
So,
A New Hope. I don't know.
So,
What? the fuck? Yeah. Are you serious?
what happened?
The one that started it all, man. Come on, bro.
I respect it for it starting it all, but like I can't say it's. Like,
I don't, this guy here loved the Rise of Skywalker. but
I
the
like
rest
the
of
Rise
it-
of Skywalker.
I do
but
too.
never-
I like
do
the Rise of
too.
Skywalker.
the most
And
woke
I
Disney shit
really,
ever.
really, really liked The Force Awakens. It just fell apart.
Number
All right,
5.
you know
I'll get
what?
back. I'll get back to y'all. I'll get back to y'all.
We should do a tier making list right now.
Degrassi 5. You know what 5 is, right? You know what episode 5 is, right?
All right. Here's
All
my
right, just
ranking.
checking, Just checking. All right.
then we can do
Empire
it,
is
then-
everybody's favorite, bro.
Yeah, here's my ranking. Then we can do a group one, okay? So I'm gonna make another one though, cause why can't I add like an F?
You could add
I
it.
think you
Just
can
click.
change
Just click
the
it.
names on the left-hand side.
Because we're running out of movies. No.
No,
Right.
not that. Click the circles thing. I believe.
I can't believe Rogue One gets the hate that it gets. Everyone thinks I like
Look
it just
at here.
Darth Vader's
Actually,
in it.
Any of the
no,
others?
we're in the minority because a lot of people love.
Yeah,
Love.
look at
I
your top
love
five.
Jyn Erso. She's my second favorite Star Wars character.
You can add the row below. Yeah, there you go. That'll be after.
Jesus.
She
like-
started it all, Dial. Without her, there's no trench. I'm telling you, man.
Misa
I
no
accidentally made too many.
There's no hope.
There's no hope.
I still can't get
Oh
over
my
the
God.
fact that
That hot
Brian-
sauce was insane, guys.
Are
You
you
gotta
gonna
click
get
the
right?
color. You gotta click the color.
Ugh.
Yeah, I got
Drooling
I
into
like
the
it.
sink. Horrible.
I'll do
And then I just got some in my eye. It was horrible.
green.
Let's do purple.
Oh, wait, not the same one. I'll do purple for F. All right, so this is my ranking. Then we'll do a group one. So don't say anything. Okay, as I do it.
I will.
Okay, let me mute myself so I can.
Name the movie. I should put it up because I can't see it. It's very small.
Oh, right. Hold on.
Master of knobs. I need to hand in my damn badge.
It's gonna be all right.
We're starting from the bottom, then we're going up.
Now we're here.
Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Oh, look, Max is here.
Name the movie, RJ. I can't see it.
Rise of
Hey,
Skywalker.
Okay,
Chris.
okay, hold on.
Here, there's a lot of people in here.
did you watch
Yeah.
me just get hot sauce on my eye? It was amazing.
That was awesome.
All right, Rise of Skywalker is gonna go in F.
You're an absolute horrible person.
I
RJ.
agree. Thank you.
I'm really containing myself right now. I'm really containing myself right now.
The Last of
What?
Jedi is going in.
Oh, okay. This is the RJ's. We're good. We're good. We're
Yeah,
fine.
this is mine. Then we'll do the group one.
We'll
Okay.
let him do this.
Okay.
The Last Jedi is gonna go in.
Don't make me unsubscribe, bro, because it's about to happen. If
Oh
you're
man,
gonna
that's a
put
crime.
The
That's a
Last
crime.
Jedi
Why are you
above the
doing
Rise
that?
of Skywalker.
Force Awakens.
Wow.
Boy,
You really
okay,
don't like
all right,
Disney.
I'm
Oh,
I'm
man.
gonna contain myself.
You hate
Boy,
I
you
can't wait to
seriously?
see it.
gonna go in C.
Okay, that's
Boy.
a good choice.
Shots fired.
Rogue One's gonna go in S.
Thank you.
The Phantom Menace is gonna go. I think I gotta go D. But I think it's
Yeah.
better. I think it's. I'm gonna put it
It's, all,
behind.
got
it's better
Maul.
than Solos.
It's got Maul, so you know.
D is for the diversity that is forced in modern
Attack of the
Star Wars.
Clones.
Oh, it's like Phantom
I gotta put that in D too. But I do.
Oh, really? That's at
There's
least an
no way you
average.
put Phantom Menace.
D2,
at-
like
You know what? I'll
R2?
be
That should
generous.
a C.
I'll move Force Awakens to C.
That's a big deal.
Oh goodness.
Okay. Return of the Jedi. That's an A.
Yeah, it better be an A. Just
Good
kidding.
job,
Sorry,
good job.
Be quiet. I'm be quiet.
Into the
Be
fifth.
quiet.
Empire. S
Empire.
tier.
S tier, absolutely.
Yeah.
A New Hope.
Overrated. Yeah.
This is tough.
That's a.
That's
Did you say
A tier.
Empire's overrated?
Yeah, I did.
Brian, really? You think that? Really?
Yeah, because I'm a Return of the Jedi guy.
I
A
think
lot
a
of
New
people
Hope's
are.
overrated.
I'll put a New Hope in S tier.
The Murder Bears,
think
right?
A New Hope's
Everyone loves the
overrated.
Murder Bears.
And then I'll put Revenge of the Sith A.
Oh, that's S
Yeah,
tier.
that's not
all the
my
way.
list. That's
So there's
not-
no movies in B tier. I'm kind of surprised.
Well, that's because you didn't put the New Hope in there.
Yeah, New Hope.
You know what? I don't know. I feel like this part's empty.
Your top 3 favorite movies in Star Wars is it's Rogue One, Empire Strikes Back, and A New Hope.
Empire, New Hope, Rogue One. Yeah.
That's a great top. That's part of my top 5 right there. That's
That's
crazy.
everybody's top.
Really? No, a lot of people hate
It was a
Rogue One.
very
You gotta-
small sample. It was a very
You know
small
what? You
I
know
love
what?
Rogue
You know
One.
what?
Revenge of the Sith and Jedi should be up there. That's just me saying that though. Revenge of the Sith and Jedi should be in top tier.
You know what? I'm gonna put Phantom Menace in B.
Really?
Reason being, the last 30 minutes are really good.
And you get Duel of Fates. Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Bro,
I can-
the Phantom Menace is
I
better
can
than
I can
any
live with
Disney
this. I can live with this.
I can't believe you got Rise of Skywalker below The Last Jedi.
Like, you gotta be kidding.
You're blowing my
I-
mind
No,
here.
The
I
Rise
think
of Skywalker
it's
is
worse.
better.
I think it's worse.
Yeah, Rise of Skywalker is definitely worse.
It's
than
very
Last Jedi.
convoluted and it jumps around, but there's some
It's the
great
most
scenes in it,
wokest
man.
Disney
Alright.
shit that ever
So
put out.
so we're gonna do a
Yeah.
vote. We're gonna do a vote. All right, starting with our movie that we've been talking about the whole panel. Where are we putting Attack of the Clones?
It to me, I love it,
I'll put
but it
at
still
D.
ranks low. It's above that. It's above average. I would put it as my vote would be as a C
It's
Okay,
above
we have
all the
one vote for
sequel
C.
trilogy.
because we get to see him start to turn. You got that great scene with his mom. You got the arena, the Jedi with the arena.
Yoda.
You get Yoda snapping out. Don't.
Yeah.
Oh, watch out!
Yeah,
Brian's gonna,
I really
Brian's
get
gonna get mad at
annoyed
you.
that people don't recognize that Yoda scene was amazing for special effects. Seeing
It was
Yoda
amazing
take
to
out the
see that he could-
lightsaber.
Yeah, just the
Come
fact that he could do
on.
that.
Everyone
Everybody
forgets
marked
that's the
out.
first time you saw Yoda with the lightsaber like that.
Yeah, but didn't you think it was a bit jarring for him to jump around like a gummy bear?
No,
He brought his gummy
No,
juice.
it doesn't matter, bro.
he was about to die when we first met him.
I would say C. It's above average, RJ.
Okay.
But there's other people that hate
One
it.
C.
I don't know.
All right. Anybody else got to have a vote for it? Should go.
I will give it C, and that's the
I'll
that's
give
the
it
highest
D.
I can give it. I will give it C.
I'll
Okay,
say
so
S
2 for
tier.
C,
I'll say C. Yeah, I'll say.
3 for C.
Axel, talk, bitch.
The fuck you say? Oh wait. What's the word?
Where would you put Attack of the Clones on a rank from S to F?
I'm gonna have to put it in C.
Okay, that's 4 for C.
D for me.
D. Okay.
D.
Max. Wait, D or B?
D.
He said
D,
D,
like Delta.
Wow. Okay.
like dog.
D.
He
D.
he said Z.
Okay. Wait, was that a D or a B?
B.
Okay, B. Okay. Anthony, you said C, right?
Yeah.
So I think that unanimously puts it in C. Then everyone kind of agrees with C.
Yep.
And
Brian would have put it. all the way
one
at the
person
bottom,
did
so.
D, one person did B, so they kind of cancel each other out. So it's C.
Oh, is this Attack of the Clones?
Yeah,
yeah.
like where'd you put it on a
F
rank?
tier all the
from S?
way.
I knew he
F.
was gonna say that.
All right, that automatically knocks it down to D
Good
then.
D. Yep. The average
Yeah.
puts it at D.
All
Caden,
right.
come on, man.
bro.
Speak up,
The Rise of
Scooby-Doo.
Skywalker's
Star Wars
trash.
movie, period.
Bro,
Shut
the
up,
Rise of
Anthony.
Skywalker's
Caden,
trash.
you gotta
Shut up.
No, I agree with D.
Okay, say some D
Oh
then.
my god, that's some
All
fucking
right.
haters.
You're a fucking hater.
The
Man, we
Phantom
only have
Menace.
19 likes here. There's 26 people watching. Come on, everyone.
going
How
between-
about the
It's
how
between
about the
two
Attack of the
channels.
Clones special?
Caden,
That's-
Phantom Menace.
Where are we putting Phantom Menace? What's your guys' vote?
D.
C.
After.
A.
Wait, hold on, one at a time.
F.
Caden, you go first.
D after Attack.
Okay, that's 1 for D,
D for me.
2 for D. DL,
C.
C. Axel,
F.
F. Okay, Max.
B. It's amazing. It's got Ewan McGregor introduced as Obi-Wan, one of the best recasts ever. It's got Qui-Gon. It
Got
has
Darth
the
Maul.
pod racing scene, which was amazing.
Maul.
That's why I hate it. That's
Darth-
why I hate it.
Oh,
The
fuck
Darth,
pod
can't
racing.
you remember seeing Darth Maul and taunting Obi-Wan when he's fighting Qui-Gon and he can't
Oh,
get
I marked
to him?
out. I marked out.
Oh my god!
That's why he's my favorite character now. And then
The-
then
the
then
sound- the
extended
best-
lore-
Darth Maul will never
The
come back.
introduction of new Star Wars music from John Williams. That's the first time we had it since the OG trilogy. Oh my dear lord, it's amazing. B.
Okay. So that's 3 Ds and
I'm
1
gonna
B.
get outvoted all the time.
I said
Two
C.
B's.
Okay, so 2
A
Bs,
C.
1.
Yep. You got it right.
Okay,
A
2 B,
C,
2 Ds, 1
and a B.
C,
Yep.
and a B. Okay. Brian.
I'm gonna give it a C.
Okay,
It's-
C.
It's clearly better than Attack of the Clones. It's not the greatest.
You're
the Star
clearly wrong,
Warses.
but it's okay to have wrong
No, it's
opinions.
clear. No, it's clear.
No, dude. I fall asleep every time I watch this movie. Don't get me wrong. But like in the realm of Star Wars, if we're gonna be so generous to Attack of the Clones, yeah, we'll put that on the C tier. It got people into Star Wars. I mean, the
Yeah,
whole
right.
generation. Like episode 1 was their foyer.
Yeah,
So-
well, TW said
Some
C.
hater shit.
Anthony, where are you
Oh
ranking it?
shit!
I'll put B.
Oh, that bumps it to a
E.
C. Yep.
That
bumps-
does bump it to a C then. MS goes in C tier then.
Bro,
All
And
right.
I do love Darth
Disney
Maul, man.
sequel,
Who didn't
bro.
mark out when he took off the hood and you saw a double-edged lightsaber, bro? Everybody freaked.
Just as a brat, dude.
All right. So the last
Darth
of the
Maul himself.
the last of the prequel trilogy, Revenge of the Sith. I will go
S-
first.
S tier.
Okay. Well, actually, my vote
Okay.
is similar to you guys is so.
Okay.
Anthony says S.
I will go A.
A.
Yeah.
A.
S.
Chris next.
S.
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 I'm gonna go
Okay,
S tier because that's my favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
3 S's, 2 A's.
I love Attack of the Clones.
Max.
You mean Revenge
what
of
are
the
we on?
Sith,
Which
Brian?
Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, A.
Okay, not S tier, but A.
What's that? Wait. What's
S
S is
tier.
the
S
top.
tier is like
S
the
tier
top of the
means
top,
top-
like
top.
Superb.
premium
It's the
Star
superb.
Wars movies.
Yeah.
S?
Okay.
Come
He's
on.
never played a Japanese video game before.
So
It
how many?
only gets
How many?
better with age, you know.
So how many is that? That's like what? 3 C's, 2 A's, or
No,
3 S's, 2 A's.
Yeah.
All right. Axel? I think I'd ask you.
Revenge of the Sith.
S,
S.
come on, bro.
I said S.
I think that pretty much. I mean, DL, you said S, right?
No. I'm sorry, guys. I can't go higher than
Oh
I
my
can't go higher than a
gosh.
B. I can't.
Ooh,
I
that
can't
That's
go higher
not
than
the
a B.
average,
But
bro.
that still puts it at an S.
Guys,
That's
there-
no, I think that put.
That
Well,
puts it
Let's
at
put
an
it
A.
at an S though.
That puts
That's
it
gonna
at
That's
put
an
it down
A.
to A.
because you have three.
It's
You have
sad,
three
but-
S's. You have two A's.
No, that's
and you have a
4
B.
S's.
So because of 4 S's, 2 B's, 2 A's and 1 B. So that keeps it an S.
No, that does keep it an S.
yeah, let's keep it as an S. Yeah. Okay. All right. Then we jump to the next movie in chronological order, Solo: A Star Wars Story. Where are you guys ranking this? Starting with Caden.
C.
C. Okay. DL.
B.
B.
Oh my
Axel.
Let me think. Oh, with Solo, I'll give it a B. I like it.
Okay. B. Max. Remember Max. Remember Solo: A Star Wars Story. We're gonna rank it.
F.
F. Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because it made him hate Star Wars.
What's that, Brian?
I said because it made him hate Star Wars.
No, it didn't make me hate. Like, it should have been better. Like, I still don't get what.
Pull
there's
out
some
the
cool
video.
stuff
Pull out the
in
video.
it, like the scene where he meets Chewie, but that's about it for me.
It's Ocean's 11 in space, bro.
It's
It's a
not
great
good.
little heist movie. Is it my turn yet?
Whoa,
I know people
It's
watch
actually,
it.
it's actually Brian's turn. Brian, where are you gonna put Solo?
It wasn't that good. D tier.
Ooh, okay.
There was aspects of it that I liked.
Even like here's the. I'm sorry. I know it's past my turn, but here's the one of the biggest letdowns ever was the what was the run called?
Oh, the
Kessel Run.
Kessel Run. Come on.
Why y'all hating on the Kessel Run?
It was.
He goes to
Chris-
light speed. He goes to light speed before the calculations are
Kessel Run
done.
was
It's a
stupid.
total Han
Yes.
Solo move. It's a great little heist.
It's like
movie.
in a Brian language.
where
If
do
it's
you
Star
put it?
Trek, it's the what is it? The Moroshi, whatever. What is it?
That's the
Kobayashi
Kobayashi Maru.
Yeah,
You
it's
don't
like
mess with that.
the Kobayashi Maru test was a letdown. That's what
I love it.
like for the
I
Kessel
love it.
Run.
Chris,
And
where
it
you
also,
gonna put
Kessel
it?
Run.
I love it.
You've been
and
hearing
also
about forever.
introduces that Nest girl who is actually the
Emphasis
godmother.
Nest.
of
Nest.
This is a B level movie for me. Absolutely.
Okay.
B tier.
TW, where are you gonna put Solo?
I have never seen Solo.
Really?
But I need you to boot him right now, and he's not
I
allowed
think
to
that
come back.
says something about the quality of this film.
No. It's not. No. I'll explain why. The year that it came out, I moved about 2-3 months before, and I transferred to my new job. I didn't feel comfortable taking the time off to see Solo, and I kept kicking the can down the road, until one day I picked it up on home media, and it's just been sitting on my shelf.
I
It's
really
not because
think
it's bad.
TW,
not
I
because
really
it's
think
great,
you'll
it's
like
just
it.
really-
I really do think you'll like it. There's
From
some great
what
Easter
from
eggs
the
in it.
clips I've seen and from everything I've heard from people I know, it sounds like I'd really, really enjoy myself.
Yeah, it's a cool little side project. It's a nice little movie, man. I think.
Anthony, where are you gonna rank Solo?
Shit. I mean, it's better than Last Jedi, but I'll give it a D.
Okay, that's 2 D's, an F, and what else?
That's average breaks out to a C.
Yeah,
Yes,
average
it is,
to C.
But here's the question though: do we put it ahead of the Phantom Menace or behind it?
Behind it.
How many?
No,
C's,
no,
how many
ahead.
C's did-
Behind.
Would it be ahead or behind? Because someone
Because-
did
wait,
give it an
who-
F.
Yeah,
I
someone.
think it would
Well,
be
there was an
behind.
F for this one, and there was 2 Fs for Phantom Menace.
Yeah, it would
so
be
it's in
behind.
front. It would be in
Yeah,
front
it's in
as if there was 2 Fs.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I meant Phantom Menace.
All
would be
right. The next
behind.
one.
Yeah.
Rogue One.
Fucking garbage.
This movie's so divisive, bro. It really is.
Yeah.
But
Rogue One,
It's-
really?
I fucking
It's
love
this-
it, man.
All right.
I
Okay,
like it.
okay,
I'd be
no,
with the
what's your?
Phantom Menace
I'm
about
gonna get so
Rogue One.
mad here. S for
Kaden
me.
first, Max.
It's like a B.
Okay, Rogue One B for Caden. Okay.
Yeah.
DL.
D. You're lucky I'm not giving it an F.
Wow.
Really?
Okay.
Wow.
Axel, Rogue One.
A.
I'm reevaluating my whole DL friendship here.
He said, "Hey, that's a good one though."
You like a movie with no character development? That's great.
Thank you. That's what I said.
There's not supposed to be character development because the whole movie is
It's
about
a movie!
sacrifice. The
It's
whole
a
movie is
movie!
about sacrifice.
Okay, Max, where do you put it?
How am I supposed
Axel,
to sacrifice
Axel.
if I don't feel
Oh,
anything about
Axel.
the characters?
No, Axel already went. That's right. Max, where do you
Yeah,
put Rogue One?
Max, where do you?
S. It's a movie that added to the lore and it made the other movies better. How often can you say that?
It gave us Jyn Erso. It gave us K2SO. Man, this movie is
Nobody
brilliant.
cares about
It gave
Andor.
us
Nobody
Cassian.
give a fuck.
The Darth Vader scene. It's.
Like your mama.
It paid homage
I don't
to
see
Leia.
any downside to this movie whatsoever. One of the first. Unfortunately, we're not getting Star Wars stories movies anymore. I might do a video on the death of Star
Why
Wars.
aren't we getting any more Star
It
Wars
gave us
stories?
Galen. It gave us
No,
the-
you know, like a Star Wars story. The
Yeah,
subtype.
like Rogue One and Solo. Yeah.
Yeah, I know,
Hey,
but why not?
guys, Baze and
Because
Charut,
Solo
come
bombed,
on,
that's
it's a
why.
beautiful
Well,
movie,
okay,
man.
okay. Brian, where do you put it?
Yeah, Brian.
I'm gonna put it at a solid B tier.
Okay.
B?
No, B.
B as
Oh,
in
B.
boy. Bravo. I like it. It's a great movie. It's got a lot of that callback stuff, but in essence, it does what it needs to do, which is get the Death Star plans in Princess Leia's hands. So, I mean, it's a pretty good movie. I like how it gets there. I love Charut. I love a lot of the characters. I'm excited to see Andor because I think we're going to get some tie-ins to
I
like
do.
Bad Batch
Me too, Brian. Absolutely.
and
man.
some
not watching
possible
that.
Mando tie-ins too. So like, yeah, no, I think we're gonna get some really interesting stuff going forward.
All right.
Um,
Chris, do we even need to ask where you're?
No, you don't. It's a superb movie. I love it.
Okay, S tier.
Absolutely.
All right.
So right now it's standing there,
TW.
yes.
A tier.
Okay.
So yeah, it's an S.
no,
Anthony.
I'd say it's solid.
I think it's an A. If you
It's-
go by
it's in-
averages,
well,
I'm gonna
Anthony
give it a
has-
C.
Anthony has to vote. So
Oh,
I'm
Anthony,
being generous. I'll give it a fucking C. Nobody
Oh.
cares about Andor. That shit is gonna be trash, anyways. That's it.
Well,
okay, so that's hold on. So that's 2 B's, 1
two
D,
Bs, so-
2 A's, 2 C's, 1 C. What's
Okay,
the
so
average of that?
hold on. B, and minus D, so that's at a C.
Me and Max
Then
both
2
gave it an
A's,
S.
then it goes to B again, then S, 2 S's goes to A, then minus C, so
C.
it's a B.
All right.
B, yeah.
Our first B movie, Rogue One.
All right, I can accept that. Even
All
though
right,
it's one of my, I love it.
The next one, Star
Dial.
Wars: A New
Hold on,
Hope.
RJ, 2 seconds.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Dial,
Yeah.
I want you to do a stream where me and you debate about Rogue One. Okay? I want to
Sure.
have a talk with you about this
What's
movie.
that?
Sure, you will lose, but sure.
It'll be fun. All right, RJ. No, I love talking Star Wars with DL.
Oh, I
You
know,
get
I
so
know.
into it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
All right, Caden, Star Wars: A New Hope.
It's a B.
Wow. Okay.
Fucking hater, you young bitch.
Fucking New Hope, a B. You fucking hater.
Okay, you know what? Since I'm getting so much hate, fine, an A.
No,
No,
Don't change your vote
Stick
because
with
of what other
your.
people
You
say.
stick with
Okay,
your.
I'll stay with my B. I'll stay with my B.
Stay with
Fine.
the B. I'm just saying,
Well, I'm
look,
just
the
curious, what-
opening scene alone is worth an A.
If I could give Rogue One a D, you're gonna stick with a B.
Okay.
All right. Dio, A New Hope.
And I'm with you. B.
Ow, really? Why is
Ouch!
It's a good
Fucking
movie.
hater, bro.
It's a good movie, but it feels like a cinematic pilot.
It's better
episode.
than any sequel. It's better than every Disney sequel.
It
You
feels
shut
like
the
a
fuck up.
cinematic-
I agree.
It feels like a cinematic pilot episode.
It feels like a cinematic pilot.
Yeah,
episode.
that hurt me, man, when you said that. I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm so sorry. I respect it for starting the franchise. It's a good movie. It's good characters. There's good action. But if this was the only Star Wars movie we ever gotten, we wouldn't be as enthusiastic as we are now.
A lot of
there-
people in the chat, Ruby and a few other people in the chat think it's a B too. I respect that some people don't love it as much as us, but if you were in the theater and could see that opening scene, the feeling you get, oh my god!
Again, you give the opinion because you grew up with it.
I mean,
Heard it all.
Anyway,
I can't believe this
The
blasphemy.
trench run, Dial. It's like the most
Please
famous
kick
scene
this
in-
guy off the
Okay,
bed.
Axel.
All right, Axel.
Well, A for me.
Okay, 1A.
My favorite scene is when Luke and Obi-Wan talk about like, how did my father die, and like you found the Clone Wars shit. That sets up the whole fucking universe.
There's a mystery there, and when you're a kid and you haven't seen the other movies yet, you get immersed in that mystery. You know,
And
of the
we're
Clone Wars.
Cinematic
we're
pilot
literally-
episode.
Yeah,
You mean
We're
like a
literally
cinematic
meant
pilot
to be
episode?
Luke in that scene. Like We don't know what the fuck is all the shit is. He's so doesn't understand. Yeah.
All right,
Max, what's yours?
Max, what's your rating?
Special.
Yep, it's very special. It's very superb. Yes.
Come on, Luke.
Bry Monster, what's your vote?
I'm gonna be logical here. Being born in '83, I did not experience this movie in the theaters, so I don't have that connection. I think it's a solid B tier. I mean, like, wow, it's not, dude. Honestly, it's kind of boring. Like,
oh my god,
damn, bro.
I'm gonna be fair. I didn't actually own this movie until the THX copies came out. Like,
I get it. I get it. You're a little bit younger, Brian. Guys like me and Degrassi got to actually experience it as kids, so I get it. I get it.
I mean, I'm not
The
like, trying to hate on
experience
it,
is one
man,
in the
but like,
movie.
I watched. I mean, I never actually watched. My first Star Wars movie in a theater was Episode 1.
Mine was Episode 3.
Yeah, so it was like
I
I didn't
respect
actually
it.
experience. So, and I love Star Wars, man. Like,
Yeah.
I had the original gray top VHS of Empire Strikes Back that I wore.
You still have it?
No, I had it up till like 10 years ago.
If it wasn't the special edition, it was worth money. You know that, right?
That shit costs a lot
Yeah,
of money.
yeah,
man.
the-
You go to
the-
eBay, that shit costs a rack.
That was the original copy.
You can get them digitally now, but the physical media, people
Yeah.
pay top dollar for that shit. Yep.
Like, it wasn't even the THX version that it's like.
So you gave it a B?
Yeah, he gave it a B.
Shit.
Chris, what's your ranking?
I love this movie. I really do. It's in my top 5. It's got to go in the. I don't want to overrate it though. A New Hope is definitely an A for me. Yeah, it's an A.
PW?
I'm going to say an A tier, and relative to my casting vote for Rogue One as A tier, I'd put it ahead of Rogue One.
Holy shit, look at Enos in the chat.
Oh, Enosh is back. What's up?
Enosh.
Hey, Enosh.
See, Enosh sounds like me. That's why I fucking love Enosh, man, because he sounds like me. Every time I watch it, I like it and appreciate it more. Attack of the Clones.
Glad to see you in the chat and back, man. Hope you're doing
Yeah, I'm
well.
glad
dude.
he's
Hope you had
feeling better.
hope you had a good time, doing your thing. Motor City and all that good stuff.
So, Anthony, what's your
TW did not win.
TW didn't go?
No, he
No.
did.
Yeah,
He put an A.
A.
Said I-
I put it ahead of
Oh,
Rogue
they
One.
say, man, this is my first Star Wars movie my dad ever showed me when I was a kid. But I give it
And
an
that's
A.
a special thing, right? Like that's a special
Yeah.
thing, man.
I'll give it an A. I'll give it an A. It's good.
All right. No, Enosh, he didn't call Return of the Jedi boring. He called A New Hope boring.
Yeah.
That's what Brian
But
said.
the average, let me see.
So what's the average? We have
That puts
3
it at an A,
B's,
I
4
think.
A's, 1
Yeah.
S.
Well, keep it on
I said
A.
S. Did anyone get my S?
Yeah.
No, we got
No,
your
I got
S.
you.
You got your S. That's what,
I
bumps
can't
it to an
believe
A.
I can't believe.
No, yeah, it's an A.
It's an A, yeah. Keep it at A. It's
All
an
right.
A.
There's so
This-
many
this
things
one
in
sh-
this
this
movie.
one
I
should
can't
be
even.
This
No.
this one should be super easy. It's The Empire Strikes Back.
Everyone's
I mean,
gonna say S.
S.
Everyone.
It's a
Yes,
fucking
hold
Hold on,
masterpiece.
hold on. One at a time though, Caden.
S.
S. Okay. DL.
Yes.
Okay. Axel.
What movie were we talking about?
Empire.
Empire Strikes
Empire.
Back.
I'm gonna have to say maybe I'm gonna have to say A for me.
Really?
Fucking
Okay.
youngling.
Yeah. I get it though. Some people don't like the Dagobah stuff. I get it, you know.
Yeah. All right, Max. Empire.
I think I would put New Hope above it, but I'll still put it at S, maybe A.
So
I think
S.
S.
You said
S or A. S or A.
S.
All right.
But Matt, Enosh, the link is in the chat.
Yeah, I
Yes,
sent you a
and-
link.
It's in
I
the
sent
group
you a link
chat.
a while ago.
Oh yeah, heck yeah, dude! Shut us down, man. Like,
Yeah, come
tell
in.
us-
I would
Fucking
love
missed
your-
you, man. You've been gone like a week.
Yeah, I put the link in Max's
Hey,
DM
you
for a
know,
couple
I say
times.
this. Enos just having a nice YouTube break. That's what. Hey, he's
Yeah.
happy.
Okay, Brian, where do you put it?
Brian, where you
I
put
could
it?
send it. I could put the invite in the lounge thing.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it in A. Very solid.
Wow,
Okay, it was the
fuck,
first
that's-
Star Wars movie I ever watched. Okay,
Me too. It's not the first one
But-
I ever saw in theaters, but it's the first Star Wars movie I ever saw.
This is the first one I ever watched. I really enjoyed it. It used to kind of scare the pants off of me, so like it was one of those movies. I mean, I put it like on the same level as like, and I know it's like there's a lot of similarities, but like Temple of Doom. I mean, I love the movie, but it's not my favorite Indiana Jones movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
There's just not aspects of it that I absolutely love. I mean, there are, but it's just like I like more of Return of the Jedi. You know what I mean? This is kind of how I feel about it.
Okay, Chris, where are you?
I mean,
putting-
A plus.
In the
So
middle.
Yeah.
leaning
Can
S.
I
but,
change my
yeah.
vote? I'm going to go to A.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Brian made me think.
I'm so hurt.
Hey, what's up?
Tony's wrong. I think Tony.
Listen.
Hey, what's up, Tony?
He might have thought
might-
this was Enosh. I put it in. I put it in the lounge.
I might not even make it through the story, but when I was a kid, I had a birthday party, and my dad went out and got this on reel to reel back when they didn't have like VHSs and stuff at the time, and the sound didn't work. And my dad went out and spent 4 hours finding a DAT so that it could work and the sounds. And we watched it for my birthday party. It's the first Star Wars movie I ever saw, and it's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's S. All day S, bro. It's the greatest. It's not just one of the best Star Wars movies. It's one of the best movies ever made.
Okay. All right, TW.
I will.
I am
cast my
your
vote.
father.
Sorry, what was it?
No, you're not.
Yeah, you're a fucking liar.
I will
Yeah.
cast my vote at the S tier.
All right, Anthony.
You guys voting on the best Star Wars movie?
Yes,
We're
we
ranking
are.
them. We're ranking them. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm cool with that. I'm good with that. I've seen them all.
He just walked into a party.
He just
didn't know
walks
where-
in like halfway.
You
Yeah,
know,
fuck, we can do
That's
this.
what's kind of fun
What's up,
about
Tony,
about
man?
These DM.
I'm good with it. I'm good with anything. You guys know that. I drink a lot.
There you go.
And especially after Saturday, I'd imagine. I
But
have to have a lot
so where
more-
would you rank
Don't even
Empire
say-
Strikes Back?
Okay, Empire Strikes Back out of the original trilogy is, for me, I know it's the best one for everybody. It's the worst one for me. It's just like Temple of Doom for me. It's boring.
Really?
I
Second
hate
person
the
to bring out a
Japanese-
Temple of Doom analogy.
Fucking hater.
I honestly, I don't like the whole training crap with Yoda. I honestly,
Oh
I'm
my
I want to go to
fucking
sleep.
God.
Well, Tony, let me ask you then. On a grading scale, S being the superb to being F for the worst, so A, B, C, D, F, where would you put Empire?
Oh, it's still a solid C. Come on, like.
Oh
Wow.
my God. Please,
Sure.
bro.
Well, it's still top
Please,
three.
bro,
It's my
this
least
guy.
favorite of the first three, but it
This
still
is
kicks the
guy.
crap out of any of the new ones.
Okay, so you'd give it a C.
Yeah, and like obviously, Revenge of the Sith is the D, but you know, New Hope is the A. I think Jedi is the 2. 3 is Empire. 4 is Return of the Sith. 5 has got to be Clone Wars, and 6 is the fucking horrible. Oh, I forgot about the other 3. Sorry about that. Okay, no. Okay, I'll change it up. Revenge of the Sith is still 4. The newest number 7 is number 5 for sure. Oh man, it gets hard after that because all of them kind of suck dick after that.
We'll get there. We'll get there. But Anthony,
Okay.
Anthony, what did you go? What's your grade?
No, I'll say S tier.
Okay, so that's 5 S's, 3 A's, and 1 C.
So that puts it
For
as
Empire.
For Empire.
that puts it as
Okay,
an S.
okay, cool.
Okay, was that put it above or behind
Behind.
Revenge?
It
Behind.
puts behind.
Behind.
Wow.
Wow.
It's gonna be
Hard.
fast.
Hey, at least they made S tier, man. That
No, no.
It's in front.
5 S's,
It's in-
3 A's,
it's-
1 C.
Yeah, because Revenge had 1 F, I think.
So it is
I'm
before.
looking.
Yeah, it is
So
before.
yeah, it's before.
Okay, so that's the top one. Okay, I figured. Whew. All right. Return of the Jedi. Caden, you go first.
Well, Return of the Jedi is an A.
Okay, that's 1A. DL, Return of the Jedi.
S tier, no hesitation.
Oh, okay.
S.
Hater.
Axel, Return of the Jedi.
About Return of the Jedi, I'm gonna have to give it a C.
Really? Okay.
Fucking youngling.
Oh, shut up!
I'm sorry, I didn't realize the ranking here. Okay, yeah, no, S is the highest. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Max, Return of the Jedi.
S. There's just so much in there.
I love you, Max.
It's great.
Brian, Return of the Jedi.
S tier. It's my favorite Star Wars movie. Period. Bar none.
Heck yeah.
Full stop.
Yeah,
dude.
I had come on.
Yeah, dude. My favorite. Right?
That
dude,
was like, whoa.
My first copy was one of those super long VHS tapes. Okay, and the first segment of that was Return of the Jedi. The second segment was. I wish I did. Top Gun was the second one with like 80s commercial, like 90s, early 90s commercial, like late 80s commercials, and then Dirty Dancing. So it was like those three movies were on that one tape. And
you were like 12, and you loved it.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, where are you going to put Return of the Jedi?
First movie I ever saw in the theaters. I love it as much as I love.
I wish I would have saw it.
All of that. The speeder bike scene. It took my breath away. I was 9 years old. It blew my mind, man. S tier.
All right. Anthony, where are you going to put Return of the Jedi?
S tier, without doubt. Better than every Disney sequel.
Wow. Okay. Tony, where are you going to put Return of the Jedi?
It's probably my second favorite, so A tier, obviously, I guess, but it could be S for sure. I love watching that. I could watch it over and over. Ewoks sucked a little bit, but
the Murder Bears, Tony, you don't like the Murder Bears?
They've grown on me over the years. Like all those really shitty sequels that they had right after it came out, with the Murder Bears, kind of salted me a little bit, at the time. And that's kind of why I put it at the 8.
In the books, they actually referred to them once as Murder Bears, Assassin Bears. And then everybody started calling them Murder Bears after that. Because in the books and the EU, they're vicious little fuckers, man. They're not teddy bears, bro. They're vicious.
Okay, TW said A tier. Okay, so that's
an S tier. It made it.
3 A's. Yeah, but
5 S's. That's 5 S's.
That should put it like at the top, shouldn't it?
That's at the top.
No.
Jedi number 1. Holy
Where
shit.
it deserves.
Yeah, shut up. You got it on a
technicality.
Yeah. Everybody give a high five because it is the best Star Wars movie, hands down.
All right, this is where it's going to get interesting. It's the sequel.
Oh, yeah, it is.
So,
guys, let me ask you one question, though. Let me ask you guys one question. You know the scene in Mandalorian where the two speeder bike guys are and Baby Yoda bites them and they're talking and they're goofing off at each other and they're shooting at the can and they punch Baby Yoda in the bag? You know that scene?
Yeah.
Would you guys watch a show, a Star Wars comedy just about those two speeder bike guys?
Sure,
I would totally watch that show, bro.
Do you remember the movie Paul? Paul?
Yeah.
And Hader and the other guy? That would be the two speeder bike guys.
I would absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So when it comes to the sequel trilogy, I don't want to go on like a giant rant each time we vote. So just try and keep it very concise.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue about this one.
Letter and 2 sentences.
Somehow,
like 2 sentences. That's it. Like 2 or 3 sentences. It's going to turn into a bloodbath.
It will. RJ says it's going to turn to a bloodbath. Murder Bears. Okay. Whose turn is it?
All right, Katie. Star Wars: The Force Awakens
is a B.
All right, that's 1 B. BL, Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
A, y'all can suck my dick. A.
Whoa,
right.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
A.
Prevent it.
Axel. Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
I'd put it in A.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Max, Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Here's a complicated answer. S, if we didn't get the other two. But the sequels actually make it less good. So A.
Yeah, Max thinks
it could have been special.
It could have been special, man.
There was so much. No, I mean, if right where that movie left off, it was like it reinvigorated. It was amazing.
People came out in droves to see The Last Jedi to find out what was going to happen.
I mean, it did have another freaking Death Star. That's my only really problem with it is another freaking Death Star. But
like a more powerful Death Star.
Yeah.
Okay, you fuck the other two. This one's still gonna we killed 2 planets at the same time.
The part where Chewie goes and Han goes, "Oh, really? You're cold."
you know what? I would put it at A because, the there's another freaking Death Star, and it doesn't have anything like new like some of the other like the prequels did, like new, like there's not. It's just a lot of reimagining, and refreshing.
Yeah,
but I want to put it in an S, but an A.
Okay, that was more than 2 lines, but it's okay, Max. A. All right, Brian, where The Force Awakens.
Solid A. It got people reinvigorated in Star Wars. I had fun with it. I saw it twice in the theaters. It's a good movie. Enosh, brother.
Enosh, what's up, dude?
Enosh.
There he is. Oh my God.
He's not a
Whoa. He's pissed, bro.
Enosh,
I know that look. I know that look. He's pissed.
Enosh, I just want to clarify. I did not vote. It's everyone else voting, not me. If I
I'm
voted, it might be different.
I love you, Enosh, but screw your feelings.
I know that look. He's pissed.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
I love you, Enosh, but screw your feelings.
Too much. Brian gave it an A. Brian gave it an
A.
Yeah.
Who's next?
I loved it. I loved it.
You got the sword of power, man. You better bow down.
Okay.
Chris.
That's nice. I like that,
look,
Enosh.
I love Rey. BB-8's cool. It brought me back into Star Wars. Seeing the Falcon again. The garbage, dude. A solid A. It's not as good as the ones in S. I can't say it's as good as those movies, so I got to give it a solid A.
All right, Anthony, where are you gonna rank The Force Awakens?
Oh my God. I'll put B. I'm being generous.
Okay. Tony, where are you gonna put The Force Awakens?
Where we got New Hope at?
New Hope is ranked
A. Yeah, solid A.
Well, then it's got to be right next to the New Hope because they basically upgraded the same damn story. But I enjoyed it. It was the ride that I wanted after those 3 debaucherous sequels to the first trilogy, and it was exactly what I wanted. It was the ride I wanted. It was the same story, and I liked it. It was nostalgic, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So A for me.
Okay. Enosh, since you're here, where would you rank The Force Awakens from S to F?
Blackout.
Good job.
He blacked out.
Yeah, no, he's back in
talking, I just
Thunder.
can't hear him.
Oh,
I was muted.
So that's the He-Man sword he has, right? Is that the He-Man sword?
I want to mute him.
I think it's
Sword
the
of Power.
Thundercat sword.
No, it's Sword of Power.
I thought it was. No, it's not the Thundercat sword. It's the He-Man sword for sure.
He doesn't have a sword of power. He said he wouldn't pay that kind of money for a sword of power. Did you get a sword of power?
We can't
You're
unmute you.
muted.
Enosh,
Oh.
you muted yourself somehow.
And your
I
mic
tried to
isn't
unmute you. It
Somehow,
wouldn't work.
Palpatine returned.
You know, it's probably better not to hear him anyway. Just let him show the sword off. That's what he wants to do.
No,
Either way,
he's gonna
even if he
pantomime.
does say,
Look at him
okay,
trying
even
to.
okay,
Was he
RJ,
force something
even if-
here?
Even
RJ,
if he
even
gave
if
it an
he
F,
says-
it would still be a B, and I don't.
Yeah,
think
it'll
he'd give
still
it
be an
So
F.
it's an
It'll
A.
still be an
It's a
F.
solid A.
Yeah, it's
What's
still.
that?
No,
I
it froze
saw-
on his froze on his
Yeah.
finger.
What's
No,
okay.
that's his hand, isn't it? Isn't that his palm? Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
that's his palm.
Now he's back. Hold on.
I can't unmute him. I tried to press it. He keeps.
He's saying that he cannot click the button.
Oh, there we
There
go.
it
Now
is.
it's unmuted.
Too damn
Hello?
bad then, Enosh. We hear you talk too much anyway. It's nice to hear you quiet.
He really did get a
Yeah.
sword of power.
Force
He got a
Awakens.
sword of
now you
power.
can hear me.
This fucking guy
Sword of
here,
Power.
man.
Well, that's He-Man's sword.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
a
but
He-Man sword.
he's been wanting one for a long time, and he said he wouldn't pay that kind of money for one, and now he's got one.
Yeah.
Okay, where do you put Force Awakens?
He just came here to troll.
No, he came.
He's like, it's in my living room.
We
Plus
still
he's-
can't hear him.
We still can't hear him.
Still can't
Turn the
hear him.
volume up. Turn the volume up or something.
We can't hear you,
Can't hear
Enosh.
you.
Yo, Nosh, we can't hear you.
Shit, man.
Oh boy.
It's a solid A, RJ. It's an A.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah.
Is he doing that on
No,
purpose?
He's on
can't
his
hear
phone
you.
No,
now,
he's not
man.
doing it on purpose.
Nah.
But
You
can
got
tell.
a Bluetooth hooked up, man? Make sure you don't have a Bluetooth hooked
I
up.
saw him type earlier in the chat. He said, "I can't with this," and he was talking about our
Yeah,
rankings.
it's on his phone.
So he's pissed about
Can I
that.
make up the words for you then?
You
No,
hear me?
no.
Yeah,
I
I can hear you. Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
Hear me now?
Damn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
We can hear you now.
Everybody
Here you
shush.
go, Enosh.
Hey,
Then he
me.
goes He goes
There.
black.
There you go. Okay.
I don't know what's going on. I'm just trying to do this with my freaking phone. Well, I'll just catch y'all up. The original trilogy is all like superb. So screw it.
Yeah.
There you go. What else am I talking about?
Well,
Force Awakens.
you're voting on The Force Awakens, ranking it S to F.
Give it an A.
Okay.
Ooh, this is a solid A. Check that out. I figured
All
you'd
right.
give it an A.
So would that go in front of A New Hope or behind it?
Behind
We'll
it.
go in front of.
No way, bro.
Because
Yes.
there's one.
No, I think it goes
there's
in
one
first
scene.
behind.
Do it.
That's
There was
crazy.
one
I
scene.
wouldn't. That's ridiculous.
New Hope can never
That's
go
ridiculous.
behind.
Because
Because
there
it
was
introduced us all to
There
this.
was two
I
How are
give-
you going to
Luke
put
would
the
never be
coffee in
behind
front
Wait,
of
wait,
it?
wait. Hold on. Pause. Who
There
gave
was-
A New Hope a C again?
Wait, who did? Yeah,
Someone
did
gave
give
A New Hope a C.
Yeah, someone
me.
did. I remember if someone gave it a
It
C.
was me. It
Tony.
was me. It was me.
Oh my God,
Oh.
Anthony, you're the reason this happened.
But New Hope has to be in front because we would not have seen or be able to rank any of these.
Well,
if
we have to
didn't
do
see
it
that.
objectively with the numbers.
Yeah.
Now, based
Look
on
at my
it,
averages.
Yeah,
I
remember
grew
the
up
averages.
with it. No,
The average
That's
puts it.
crazy.
averages. Let's be fair.
Okay, now moving on to The
What is
Last
that?
Jedi.
Look at that. Oh, wow, look at that.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
nice.
Oh, that's cool.
That's the paper from
All right.
Superman 2.
All right, so
Yeah,
here we
Superman
go.
2.
Here
I
we
can't
go.
wait till he streams again, man.
All right, here we go. Star Wars:
Oh,
The Last
God.
Jedi. Whoa. Hey, Matt William Shatner.
Captain Kirk.
Oh, man.
Social
Is
distancing.
he Captain Kirk?
I'm scared to say
Well, I
it,
mean, he's
Mike.
9 years old.
I know. You know.
Yeah,
It's a great picture,
of course.
man.
That's
It's a great
Andy's
picture.
I
Jab.
forgive this one, and you know why I forgive that one? Because I got to hug Mariel Hemingway.
Well, there you go.
Oh, wow.
And Aaron Smolinski, who played the baby Superman from Superman 1, remembered my name, called me by name all day long.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
Dude.
Mark, hello.
I know how much that cost.
Dude, Muriel is still beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, she's still beautiful,
She's
man.
gorgeous.
Right?
gorgeous.
Yeah, she's still beautiful, man.
And I mean, they're all there. Sarah Douglas is there, who's beautiful,
Oh, Sarah
Give me a-
Douglas. Wow.
right next to little son.
Who is that gorgeous Harley Quinn we're looking at right there? Who is that?
Oh, that's the lovely Tiptastic.
I was just checking. Okay.
Which
Making
Doug-
sure.
Sarah Douglas told her to stand next to Jack O'Halloran, who played Non, because he likes the blondes.
She
Oh,
looks
that's
great.
amazing.
She looks great in that picture, man. That is a great picture.
That's the kid. That's the kid who in Superman 4 goes, "I'll tell you who I'd rather do some good. Superman." And then back here's Mark Pillow, who played Nuclear Man.
Oh,
And
wow.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
wow.
The big muscle dude from part 4.
And I'm wearing my Nuclear Man shirt.
See, that's so cool, bro.
And here's the cool thing. He actually called me over in the con and talked to me for a while about it. And then people who were organizing the thing, who were part, because this was like a Superman reunion thing, they put a picture of me on their phone next to, because they had the Nuclear Man costume there.
That's awesome. When are you going live again on your channel?
Maybe never, if you guys keep voting.
Well, I want to hear. I want to hear. Oh,
Well,
wow.
wait, hold on.
That's emotional. That is emotional blackmail, and you know it.
Dude, did you ask him about the Snyder cut though? Like,
Yes, I did.
Of course he fucking did.
Why?
You know he did.
Why?
okay, so
Because
did
he brought it up.
yes, yes.
Crotch tops. This
Oh, boy.
motherfucker.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Demonetized.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what?
Yes,
That's
yes.
Did you get a picture with Matthew?
That was for
Oh
Scott.
shit! No! Go back! Don't do that to me. Bring it.
Oh, shit.
Hold.
Oh my god, dude. Freddie Prinze Jr.
So somebody spent $3,000 at Comic-Con.
Guess what? For all you sequel haters, Freddie Prinze Jr. says you can suck it.
Did you talk to him about what he said in that podcast? I know you wanted to mention it to him.
Yes, I did.
Are you going to get an interview by him?
It was glorious for all the masses, for the thousands,
And thousands. Oh.
That's 1,000. Oh, and then I got this.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
No, wait.
Oh, that was like the Doomsday
I won't
thing.
take over your stream anymore.
That's the Death of Superman.
No, you're
That's
fine. No,
the
Dude,
Superman
people have been wondering where you were.
comic for the death. That's the one for that's
Motor
old
City
school
Comic
too,
Con,
man.
Shit, having fun.
Oh, I think it froze.
It's okay. It's okay, Brian, because when we go to San Francisco,
dude,
we're doing it up, bro.
Yep, to the nines.
Dude, I'm coming to San Francisco
we go.
soon.
Oh,
that is so cool. That is so cool.
That is cool.
And it comes in this full box.
Yeah, I love that it comes with a Death of Superman box. That's awesome.
that is awesome.
That's all I got for now. Taking over this.
We only got 2 more Star Wars left.
Well, it's good that you're here.
That's only
It's good
like
that you're here, though, Enoch.
$3,000 worth of stuff
We're
from
voting on the
Comic-Con.
2 most contentious Star Wars movies, so maybe your vote will boost them to a better place. We'll see. All right. So, like I said, please. Okay, this is
Keep
the
it
big
short,
one.
simple.
Please keep this one short and simple. Just
Yeah,
give the
this one-
grade and just a simple sentence. We're not going to go on a
Yeah.
rant.
Um.
Okay. Star Wars: The Last Jedi, Caden.
Oh my god. A C.
Remember, I may not come back to the internet.
DL, Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
It's a C. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's in the middle.
We don't care
Okay.
about things, DL.
I don't care about your feelings. Screw y'all. Screw y'all, Star Wars
Axel.
fans. Goodness.
Wow.
But yeah,
A-
C.
Axel.
It's a C.
Axel. Star Wars: Last Jedi.
Lost Jedi. C.
Oh, okay. All right. Brian,
I'm just
Star Wars:
saying-
Last Jedi.
S tier. Love that.
What
movie.
the hell is wrong with you?
What?
Sorry, what is wrong with you?
It's
Brian-
one of the
Brian
best
has
Star Wars
taste.
movies ever.
Okay, Chris.
Chris, Star Wars:
Um,
Last Jedi.
The more I
What?
watch it, I figure out where it's going. I don't love it. I don't hate it. And there's some scenes in it that I do love. Just seeing Luke on the Falcon again with R2 was enough for me. It's a solid B for me. Yeah.
Wow.
A
Okay,
D?
that's 2 B's then, because Max voted for B as well.
Yeah, it's a solid B for me, man.
Anthony.
The Last Jedi is the most wokest Star Wars movie ever.
Shut the fuck up. I'm sick of that word.
Luke Death was fucking garbage. And it's a fucking C.
Get a new
Okay.
line.
Disagree.
All right, Tony, Star Wars: Last Jedi.
Oh wow, high C.
Remember,
for me.
keep it-
That's about it. High C for me.
High
That,
C.
that brings the
Wow,
average
okay.
up though. Right now we're at a B because of that S.
I'm more of a
No,
I'm more of a
we're
crush
below
guy
the C.
myself than a high C guy.
Because
But
2 B's back
Well,
down.
TW, where would you put
Like I said, there's scenes in it that, like you guys said, there's scenes in it that I loved, but the movie's crap. So like, C is as high as I can go, and it's a high C only because of nostalgia.
Okay, well that puts it. That's actually putting higher than I thought it would. Enosh. Well, actually, no. TW first. TW. Where would you put The Last Jedi?
I would put it actually in B tier, just behind where I put Force Awakens.
Okay. Enosh, where would you rank The Last Jedi from S to F?
Hold on, I want to show you what I'm doing here, RJ.
Mm.
I'm making some
Please don't pull
popcorn.
it out.
You know
Oh,
why?
okay.
Because I think I may watch a Marvel movie, and that's about all they're good for.
Because they make all of
What
the
a
money, though. They make all the money. Who cares?
No,
Save
but
your
seriously,
popcorn.
like, no, but
Hey, I
He
give
says
it.
on a channel called Marvel Mania.
I give Last Jedi a G.
I like it.
Oh.
I like that shit.
but
I like
it's
it.
tier.
God
okay.
tier.
God
God
tier.
tier.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
That's
Yeah,
F.
you
Wow, that bumps it
misunderstood
up.
you. You're just you
God
mean like
tier.
you mean what would be in
Don't far above-
Japanese
listen,
video game
listen,
standards?
listen,
Oh,
you don't
look,
get
look.
it. If you don't get that movie, that's your fault. It's not the movie's fault. It's your fault.
I agree.
You're just mad. You're just mad because Han Solo gave the Millennium Falcon to a girl.
Force
Wow.
Awakens.
No, that is
Mr.
not
Junior,
why,
Freddie
but
Prinze
okay.
That's not
Pick it
true,
up with
but
George
okay.
Lucas.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Because
so
all the
that's
story beats, that are there were in George Lucas's plan. So shut up.
wow.
We got
Okay.
2 S's.
That's 2 S's, 5 C's, and 3 B's. That puts it where?
that puts
That
it at
puts
a
it
B.
a B.
Yep.
High B
Ahead of
or
Rogue
low
One.
B?
A high B. No,
A
it's a high B.
It's a high B.
Wow.
That's impossible.
That is a lot. I'll be honest, guys. I really thought Last Jedi was gonna rank towards the bottom. I'm impressed it got to a B.
There's no
It's
way,
not
dude.
as bad
People
as
are-
everybody says it is, guys.
No, it's really not as
It's
bad
not a
as
horrible
everybody says
movie.
it.
It's not a
Look,
horrible movie.
Attack of the
even if
Clones
you
is way
don't like it,
worse.
even if you don't like it as much as other people like it, the thing is people are. I'm literally watching people come around to it every day. You know how much stuff I see nowadays on videos and stuff that people are like, well, you know, I hated it before, but now I've watched it again, and now like with all the stuff that I'm seeing, like in The Mandalorian.
Oh.
He froze.
Frozen.
He's
I,
making a good
I
point, too,
appreciate
probably.
it. I appreciate it like him. Every time I watch it, I appreciate it more and more.
Something wrong with you guys.
Oh, now you're back. What were you saying, Enosh?
He's muted again.
I muted again.
He should be on his damn computer, not his phone.
He's making a good point too.
No, he's right,
No.
because I'm the same way.
No, we can't hear you. No.
'Cause every
Mike
time I
says-
watch it, I find something more. I like that Salt Planet. That battle at the end is a great battle. You know,
Great, yeah.
Okay, that's fun. That's super fun.
I love
Like
the
especially
red.
that Luke.
Yeah.
But then you get robbed that Luke's
No,
not
hey.
there, and you know
No.
they had.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, sorry. No, people are coming around to The Last Jedi literally every single day, guys. Like seriously, like on all over
That's
the
not
internet.
true.
People are making YouTube videos now that are like, well, you know, I watched it before and I didn't like it, but now with like all the new expanded stuff that's coming out with the Mandalorian and other things, like I'm kind of seeing what it was about or whatever. I still don't quite
Julian
love it. I don't love it, but it's not as bad and stuff, which is the first step towards acceptance, my friend.
It's called bargaining.
All right.
Last one.
The Rise of Skywalker. I put
There's denial. There's denial, and they went through anger, and now they've gone through bargaining, and now
The 5 stages of the Last Jedi grief.
Right.
Okay. All right. The last movie, The Rise of Skywalker. Caden, where are
I
you
put it as a
ranking this?
D.
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 Okay. Yeah.
As
Where are
in
you
dog.
ranking Rise of Skywalker?
I don't care what anybody thinks. Fuck your feelings. It is a B. I like this movie. Y'all can suck it.
Actually, where are you ranking?
I'm breaking it
now.
Wait, hold on. Axel, what did you say?
Okay.
Put that lightsaber away.
What a move, you.
Brian.
Brian, where are you ranking Rise of Skywalker?
Huh? Oh, sorry. That's what I did during the Rise of Skywalker. That's a F tier. I don't know.
Okay.
It's worse than Attack of the Clones.
Oh! Is he
Oh my
talking?
god! Stop.
I think it's still muted.
Thanks. Do you have a mint? Perhaps some banaka?
All right.
I'm gonna shock people. I know people are
Chris,
gonna
where are
give
you
me
ranking Rise of
shit.
Skywalker?
I love this movie. I know it's jumbled. I know it's convoluted. I know there's stupid shit like light speed skipping, but Chewie gets his medal. There's that really emotional scene at the end. I love
about
seeing Kylo with a
You know
blue
it's not
lightsaber.
Chewie's medal, right?
This is a solid. This is an A for me. This is an A.
Fun fact.
I'm
Fun fact. You guys
I'm a mark.
This
for,
is
I'm a mark for fan service. I'm a mark.
Well,
for
Chris, you
fan
know it's not Chewie's medal, right?
Chris,
It's
you
not
know that-
Chewie's, but it came from Han and
Chris.
Leia.
Thank you, Mac.
Yeah,
That's
which
the,
is a sweet thing.
Chris, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Chewie.
hear you.
Hey, Chris, did you know that Chewie got his medal 20 years ago on the MTV Movie Awards?
No.
Look it up.
Yeah. If you want the actual,
And that movie awards, that movie awards was better than The Rise of Skywalker.
give you the canon response. I can give you the actual canon answer.
I really enjoy this
Okay,
movie, man.
wait.
I do.
Okay,
I enjoy this
Anthony?
movie.
All right, Anthony, where are you ranking Rise of Skywalker?
Okay, where's Enosh? No one's Chris.
I'm grateful they're gonna release the sequels after fucking Rise of Skywalker. It's a fucking F. I was like, what the fuck
That
is this
deserves being
movie?
kicked off the panel.
Fuck J.J. Abrams. He's a garbage ass director. And fuck
Hey.
that motherfucker. I hope
Okay.
he never direct
Tony.
anything. Fuck him.
Damn.
How do you really feel?
Max, where are you ranking the Rise?
God
of
damn it,
Skywalker?
Anthony! You're gonna get my stream demonetized with all those Fs.
I already got
F.
Yeah, I got
the worst Star Wars movie ever.
I got
It
Max's
really
F.
shocks me how y'all are giving it Fs, but you're sucking Revenge of the Sith's dick. I don't understand.
TW, where are
Tony.
you ranking Rise of
Because it's a
Skywalker?
No,
good
it's Tony's
movie.
turn. It's Tony's
Oh yeah,
turn.
sorry, Tony. Rise of Skywalker, where are you ranking it?
It's a D for me.
It is a D for me. I found the movie long and boring. Like if you're trying to come back to do something else, it was boring. I didn't enjoy it as much as the other ones. Yeah, visually it was always great. Are you eating popcorn, Enosh? For fuck's sake!
And I hope he bites into one of those kernels.
Okay,
Talking
Enosh.
shit about
buddy.
Right, look how he froze.
TW, where are you ranking Rise of Skywalker?
I will place it in C tier, but I will place it at the front of C tier.
Okay.
And last but not least, it's Enosh's turn. Where are you ranking the Rise of Skywalker from S to F?
Oh no!
What the Have you been drinking?
No, he's just gonna. He's in a
Nope,
good
that's
mood.
just how he is.
Yep.
So here's the thing. I would like to announce right now formally the Anthony Beltray story, written and directed by J.J. Abrams.
Can I play Anthony?
Listen, if I see J.J. Abrams in the street, I'm smacking him like Will Smith did. I don't give a fuck. No disrespect.
I don't know, man. Like, look, I don't want to
hate
get
him so much. Like, did he fuck your mother or something? Jesus Christ!
Hey,
Let
whoa,
Enosh
whoa,
talk.
whoa.
Let
Hey,
Enosh talk.
hey.
Calm down.
I don't want to give.
Because there's something fucked up, I will. You know.
I don't want to give it a D. Oh, I think I lost this again.
No,
No,
we
you're
hear
good.
you.
No.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, now you're not.
Yeah.
Now you're frozen.
That's great.
Well, I will say this: these J.J. Abrams will fail at DC. He will be a failure to everybody. Thank you.
Wow.
Takes one to know one.
Oh wait, now we can't hear him.
Did you just the mic? He looks strong in that. That should be his Facebook profile picture. That's a great pic. I fell over and.
What was that one stream? Remember the stream where Sagi was on and like he was making the weird faces and it froze with the banana and whatnot?
Now
with the banana?
Now he's back.
The banana one was the best.
Okay.
That's Brian.
That was amazing.
Alright,
Sorry,
Enosh,
I'm on my
Enosh,
phone. I'm on my
you're
phone.
fine.
It just doesn't like
Enosh,
it.
Rise of Skywalker, S to F. Where are you putting it?
I don't want to give it a D. There are some redeemable qualities into it, but I mean, like it would be like a low C.
Okay,
It's a C. It passes. It passes. It's not. Look,
It's a really low C.
Yeah.
It just barely passes. Okay.
It just barely passes.
All right. So
No,
that
it's a
means.
Star Wars, so you like it.
Okay, so that means 2 Ds, 1 B, 3 Cs, 3 Fs, and an A.
Boy, that sounds like a good night right there.
It's a high D.
So is it
In
above?
front of. It's in
It's
front
in
of.
front of.
All
Yeah.
those Ds give me a high D too.
Oh my god. This is almost exactly how I would rank my Star Wars movies, guys.
Wow. All right. So
Wow.
this is the official.
Not bad.
This is the official MME.
Can you post on
Star
Twitter?
Wars ranking list. Downloading this
Hey,
now.
you know,
Not bad. It's not bad. You have what? You have 10 people doing it.
your prequels thing is going to be off though because you didn't get my ideas on the prequels.
Well, actually,
Me neither.
that-
No,
that's
hey, I wasn't there
why-
either.
Well, yeah, but since Enosh is here, I want him to have the opportunity to speak on this because I know he got here late. Enosh, it is the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones.
Yep.
How do you feel about the movie? Looking back, like it,
It's
love
fun.
it, hate it.
So I used to hate it. But in 2015 I watched it. We did a marathon here, getting ready for The Force Awakens, and it hit me in a way that had never hit me before. And now I really, really like it. And
Okay.
I'd probably give it a B.
Mhm.
Now I would have given it a D before. The Phantom Menace, I'd give a D.
Okay.
Hater.
Not even the last 30 minutes save it.
Hate
No.
it.
No, I mean it's good, but like it's only 30 minutes. Like literally, that's when you thought the movie started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the same
Because
way.
there's just a bunch of stuff that happens, and people just walk around.
Legislature.
Yeah, and it's fine, but it's just not my favorite. And so then I would give Revenge of the Sith. I'd give Revenge of the Sith. I know this is a hot take. There's some good stuff in it, but it's too much CGI. It's bad acting on.
Thank
Harry's
you.
part. I don't care what about it says. It's a C.
That's Hayden Christensen's fucking
Wait, so hold
deal.
on. So just for clarification's sake, Attack of the Clones is your favorite
Did
of the
he
three
say
prequels?
Revenge of the Sith the sea?
Yes, he did.
Oh my god.
Y'all are overhyping Revenge of the Sith. You really are.
It's the best one. It's because it's the best one of the the prequels. That's why I
It's
think
what
everybody-
everybody waited for. It's what
That's not saying a
everybody
lot.
waited decades for.
Is
to
that
see
what
Darth
everyone was
Vader
waiting
turn.
for?
Bro.
Is this what
If you didn't get goosebumps,
No, I'm just
when
saying.
that
That's why
mask-
it's ranked
Bro,
higher.
No,
It was the best one of those first three
Tony,
crappy
listen.
movies.
I absolutely agree with DL.
Listen to me,
Absolutely
man.
agree with DL. People are overhyped Revenge of the Sith. I understand why. Okay, but the thing
Me too.
is that it is literally it's over the top, too much CGI. And I'm sorry, but look, I hope that Caden redeems him, or not Caden. I hope Caden.
Hayden.
Wow.
Hayden. He just ends there. I hope Hayden redeems
And
himself.
there you go.
I hope I redeem myself too. You know.
Yes, there's really good moments in Revenge of the Sith, but you cannot deny that stuff is rushed and
Well-
there's still bad dialogue.
I
in the
hope. Look,
movie.
I hope that Hayden Christensen redeems himself in the new series.
So
But I
just for
think
clarification,
he's
though, Enosh,
wooden. He's
your
wooden.
favorite. Hold on, real quick. So for clarification, your favorite of the three prequels is Attack of the Clones.
Yes.
Wow.
What a fucking
Typically,
hater.
wrong with you.
typically
I wouldn't
people
have
think
said
it's
that.
the
What's wrong
worst.
with you?
Clarification though, 7 years ago I wouldn't have said that.
Okay.
But now, absolutely. Attack of the Clones is just a better. The movie flows better. It just flows better, and it doesn't insist upon itself. It has a plot, beginning, middle, and end, and there's so many wonderful callbacks to Empire, and where I think
Yeah,
Revenge
'cause
of the Sith
Qui-Gon gets
over the top,
killed.
because that's what we thought was going to be the last Star Wars movie. So I feel like George tried to cram everything into it, and Hayden just doesn't pull it off. Hayden whines and complains throughout the whole, and it's the character, some of it, but a lot of it is just his acting. Is just he doesn't pull it off. And I love Hayden, but don't get me wrong, but it's just not.
Can't act.
This is actually really pissing me off, Enosh. Like I cannot believe all the
Yeah, you
bullshit
like The
I've had
Last
to hear
Jedi.
here about the Last Jedi for
Would you
years,
pick that?
and then you're gonna do this to the Revenge of the Sith. Oh my god!
But that's the official MME Star Wars ranking.
You gotta love Star Wars fans.
It's not bad. It's pretty good, man. It's pretty good.
It's a good
This
ranking.
this is the reason we're getting the Obi-Wan series the end of this month. Revenge
I
of the
can't
Sith.
wait.
The only thing I would juggle is the
No, it's not.
positioning of
No, it's not.
Revenge of the
We're getting
Sith and
the
Empire.
Obi-Wan series.
Yeah.
No, hold on. Clarification. We are getting the Obi-Wan series because Ewan McGregor was the best part of the prequels.
Yeah, he was.
And
That is
I
true.
disagree.
because George, even in his rush to cram everything in, did not necessarily give us a complete thing. So it's just because of Ewan
Revenge
McGregor.
of the Sith is on level with the OG.
No,
No,
it's
it's not.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's
No.
close. It's close for me.
It is
It's
not.
better than The Last Jedi.
Sub OG.
Like I said, it's number 4 for me.
Better than all the sequels.
No, it's not.
No.
No.
Heck no.
Oh, way better.
Dude,
No,
dude,
it's
if you put Revenge of the Sith,
I agree.
look, if you put Revenge of the Sith above The Last Jedi, it's because either you don't understand The Last Jedi or you got
Oh
some
my
kind of
God.
nostalgia for the prequel.
I'm leaving my own street.
Y'all are
Or
too
you're-
nostalgic
you're
for the
straight,
prequels. Like, you
RJ,
really
sorry.
are.
No one kicking us out.
I haven't been in this much rage since the Last Jedi came out.
This is why we didn't talk about the
I
Last
will
Jedi.
drink
with
all
Matt.
of your nerd
Oh
tears.
my god!
I am drinking all of your nerd tears right now. I really am.
I love.
Oh
Last
god,
Jedi,
I love that you just throw
I
it
feel
into
like-
the mix, Enosh, just to
Guys.
stir the pot.
Where did you see? Go to the opening like space sequence at the
I know
beginning
you.
of Revenge of the Sith. Where did you see anything that cool in the sequel trilogy with big space
Okay,
battles?
you're isolating
Like the
good
battle over
action set
Coruscant?
pieces.
No, I'm just saying the opening scene. The opening scene,
You're
I'm
isolating
saying.
good action set pieces, but
Ooh,
how is
Max
the
is
story and
third.
how is the dialogue?
Max's yummy salty tears.
Get the popcorn out of your mouth.
I'm going to clip that. 3
There's
hours,
just so,
21 minutes.
I mean, there's just this opening
I love that
scene.
opening, Max.
Brian,
I'm with
help
you.
me! I'm gonna have a heart attack here.
I love that opening. You get that. Boom,
Oh,
boom,
I
That
love
opening long
Boom,
and
boom.
boring.
and you get
What?
that incredible.
General
Like,
Grievous.
Okay.
General
Yeah,
Grievous, come on.
Again.
Obi-Wan screaming to Anakin, "You were supposed to be the chosen one. You're my brother. Are you freaking kidding
I got the high ground.
Again, Ewan McGregor is one actor, and he's the best thing about the prequels. But he does not.
I disagree.
He does not make up for the entire freaking trilogy.
Did you
Even they talk about it.
You will not take her from me.
Be the best.
You will try. You will try.
Actually, I think I woke my wife up. And she's got
Wow,
You're gonna try.
Max, did you really
You're
wake
gonna
your
try.
wife
You're
up?
gonna try.
Max, they're hating
You're gonna
so
try,
hard.
but I'm not gonna let you because.
You are so beautiful.
Thank God he got muted.
Actually, I got really mad and I screaming. And
Greatest
she's supposed to be
lightsaber
trying to get
duel
sleep.
ever
She's-
done.
Bro, y'all sucking on
I have to
JJ
take her
dicks
somewhere
with
in the
the
morning.
Rise of Skywalker anyway.
All right. So
I like the Rise of Skywalker. Y'all can suck it.
Oh,
I don't
shit.
care.
Bro, you
I really
sucking
don't care.
JJ dick, man.
Yo,
Sucking
you just
JJ
want
dick.
everyone to suck it tonight. You're like, suck it.
Yeah, seriously, suck it.
hey, what's up, Ashley? All right, so
You're my man, DL.
To wind this thing down. Thank y'all for tuning in for a little bit. It's been a
No,
fun
we're okay now.
3-hour adventure.
I have brought peace and prosperity to my empire.
Your new empire.
She died of a
I hope
broken
that
heart.
thing freezes.
She died of a broken heart. That
Wait,
was
Only a Sith knows an absolute.
Yoda versus Palpatine. Come on, Mace Windu. Come on.
Oh no! He
So is
died like
love
a bitch.
blind then?
He died like a bitch. Don't
Is
talk to
love
Mace Windu.
blind?
What the
Is
hell are you
love
talking
blind
about?
though?
There's some
The
cheesy
baby.
shit in it, but
The scene,
The baby
Anakin's
Anakin.
march.
the scene where Palpatine is trying to
Clunky
sway
as hell.
Anakin. Did I ever tell you
Clunky.
about whatever the wise or whatever? God,
Darth
Yeah,
Plagueis
yeah.
the Wise.
Darth
Yes.
Plagueis the Wise.
That Darth Plagueis scene is amazing.
Order
even the
66?
sound design in that scene was like
Rushed.
so intense.
Order 66 was so
Rushed.
heartbreaking.
Rushed.
No, that was good. It was good. It was good, but it was all.
Oh,
but
right.
then
Better
it was
than any of
overcome
the
by
Disney sequels.
Order 66 is like overcome by CGI. There's
Everything
like so much
we
bullshit
watched
there.
today is done by CGI. The entire Snyder Cut was GCI.
Here's the problem, though. Here's the problem, though. Revenge of the Sith was literally on the beginning parts of when they were doing like entire CGI, so it looks like a freaking cartoon. That's the problem. It's
we're saying
The Last Jedi looked like a cartoon.
That's
You look
not
like a
really-
freaking cartoon.
Looked awesome flying just because he
That's
did
not
that.
You
really
look
my-
like a freaking cartoon.
I mean, the CGI
You got
is
too
not-
much CGI.
I wouldn't be
Hold on.
talking
I
about
heard
the
you
guy
guys
in the
watching
past.
CGI
Wait,
the
are you
other
saying
day.
Enoch looks like a
The teeth
cartoon?
is
Yes.
nice.
What the
I
fuck?
got a
Coming from the
parking
dude
ticket.
in the
That's how much I
Doomsday
love.
mask.
That
That is a
after
great picture. That
that
is
was
a
after
great
the
picture.
shock too.
You better be happy that Hot Toy's already ordered, Enosh. I would have canceled that Hot Toy over this. Oh my god.
Hey, you want to see something really cool?
No.
No.
See what this
What
is?
do you get?
Everybody
Is that the watch you used to talk to Kit with? Kit, come
Oh.
pick me up.
No, it,
Oh, nice.
Kit Fisto?
Greatest
Empire
Star Wars
Strikes
movie ever
Back
made.
watch.
Han.
So cool,
You
Enosh.
spent $3,000 at Comic-Con. Because I know how much pictures and all those things
Oh, that's
cost.
Han.
You spent $3,000 at Comic-Con. Amazing.
My mind is blown that somebody thinks that the Revenge of the Sith had too much CGI over Attack of the Clones. The whole beginning,
Yeah, I don't.
That's the
understand
hardest
that.
I've ever heard Chris go at Enosh. Good
Yeah.
job. Chris.
I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. What would you guys rather listen to? Would you rather listen to Hayden groan on about his love and love being blind and she died of a broken heart? There's nothing medically wrong with her. Or would you rather hear that
bad
freaking
lines in
sonic
there.
boom?
Was
Palpatine responsible?
Hold on.
Enosh,
Hold on.
Enosh.
Well, let me finish.
Or would you rather hear the freaking sonic boom from Slave One?
That is
Enosh,
a really
you're
cool
completely
sound.
ignoring
That is really
the.
cool.
That was one.
You're
Come
completely
on.
ignoring the scene where Anakin's like, I killed the men, the women, the children. I slaughtered them like animals. I hate them.
They
And
are
I don't
Sand.
animals.
I hate
And the
sand.
Academy Award goes to DL.
Sand gets in everything, and it's
That was
coarse.
awesome too, DL though.
And I love Attack of the Clones, but nowhere
What
near
the
as much as
CGI?
I love
Go to the
Revenge
dark
of the
side.
Sith.
You
All
talk
this
about
stuff is
CGI.
way
Look at
better
me
than-
hope CGI. Do you hope CGI looks garbage?
I mean, he's
I
like
like
jumping
that.
out of the speeders and free falling and catching other speeders. It's all cartoony.
I think we're gonna end up having an aneurysm if we keep this
I
going
already
any
did.
longer.
I've never disagreed
I'm
with
gonna
Enosh
turn to the
more-
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did you answer my question?
Oh no, I don't think we heard it.
Okay.
Keep it out.
Would you rather hear Hayden drone on, or hear about how she died of a broken heart, or
hear about Anakin talking about women and children that
yeah,
he killed?
like or all that stuff, or would you rather hear the freaking sonic boom from Slave One?
The Slave One sound design is really cool. That is
Yeah,
a
it
really
is
cool
really
sound
cool, but
design.
that's one scene in the
And
movie.
he's ignoring the bad dialogue in Attack of the Clones too.
That's
You're
like
ignoring
you
the
picked
bad
the
dialogue
worst.
in Attack
Yeah,
of the
would
Clones.
you rather
Yeah,
would you
but
rather
that's
see would you rather see Hayden talk about coarse, shitty sand, or would you rather see the lightsaber duel at the end of Revenge of the Sith that
Yeah.
everybody waited decades for?
You mean the ballet act?
Shitty
I mean,
scene.
yeah,
Oh,
don't get me wrong.
Whoa!
Yeah, no, he's right about that. It was choreographed from within
Look,
an inch of its
I
life.
go to the circus with my kids and I watch the girls go up the rope and they just swirl around.
The
and stuff.
best lights. One of the. I think the.
It
one
is
of
the best.
It's a
It's the
horrible
greatest
lightsaber
battle
fight.
ever.
No,
I love when
no.
other
Not a
people
horrible
like
lightsaber
Jedi
fight.
was the
There's
most
no-
horrible
There's
fucking.
very little emotion in it. It is too overly
What the hell
choreographed.
is
There's
wrong
very
with
little
you?
emotion. Wait a minute.
It is
Wait a
overly
minute.
choreographed.
The
I was
troll
thinking for a
after
second.
Enosh's
He climbed up a freaking
Look at
mountain
Brian.
of lava.
Guys, the
Talking
troll.
about how much he
Screen
hated
cap
the
for
person
Brian. Did you
playing.
see that?
There was no emotion there.
I'm going to the dark side.
Overly choreographed.
No emotion. When they land on the little thing and literally Obi-Wan's crying saying, "I have failed you, Anakin. I have failed you. And you are lost." He's snapping out. There's all sorts of emotion in that fight.
Well, then you all lost.
Then he tells me he has the high ground and don't do it. Don't do it.
It's
He's got the
only
high
fight
ground.
in the prequels that had.
I'll cut your legs off. Cut your arms off. I'll cut your
It
legs
was
off.
better than Yoda fighting Dooku. Yoda
I mean,
fighting
it was
Dooku was
choreographed.
horrible.
It was choreographed.
Jumping
within an
around
inch
like
of
a
its
gummy
life.
bear. That's what he
But
was.
it was
Yeah,
it was
I-
amazing.
It's the best
Rubber bears.
lightsaber sequence behind Luke and Darth Vader.
Yeah, and Empire Strikes Back
I waited almost 30 years for
and
that fight.
Return of the Jedi.
Return
I
of the
waited
Jedi.
almost
too.
like
30
that one
years.
Enoch, tell me
Me,
a
as
good
a, as
thing
a
about the
person
Last
on
Jedi.
this planet, waited almost 30 years to see that lightsaber.
You know
battle.
how much they actually tried to do something cool with make the Jedi more, the way they fight. They advanced lightsaber battling instead of just what the sequel trilogy does.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wait a second. Wait,
You know,
goddamn
like
second.
practice for that shit.
That's
How
the
Amazing.
long?
That's the problem. It's choreographed to hell.
Yeah, it
It
is.
looks, it's beautiful.
But it's
Doesn't
beautiful.
fucking matter.
Lightsaber fights are supposed to
Intense.
be beautiful. It's supposed to be people.
Intense.
Okay, I got an idea because I got to end the stream because I got something else to do in another half hour. But here's what we'll do: Enosh's return stream should be a max for to the max. The next episode of To the Max should be an Enosh and Star Wars debate stream. That's what I want to see.
Let's go.
Listen, there's not
Let's
a person.
go.
on
You
this-
have to pick a winner.
Nobody on this panel can out debate me on
Let's
Star
go.
Wars. Nobody.
Oh,
I'll
oh,
put it
Eno's
on.
already got
wait,
an 8-ball
wait,
play. He's ready to go.
Wait and see, Chris. I got your ass. Anyway.
DL might be the only one that
I-
comes close.
I feel like Obi-Wan in Revenge of the Sith looking at Anakin when I'm looking at Enosh. You were supposed to be my brother. You're supposed to.
And share your popcorn.
Right. All right.
That's what
Well,
I feel like right now.
on that note,
Episode
y'all.
2 is evil. Why can't you see that?
On
You
that
guys,
note, y'all.
bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't
JJ
forget,
Abrams is garbage.
tomorrow, first episode. This
Anthony's
is the way. It's my
garbage.
birthday stream tomorrow. So
Birthday
thank y'all.
stream tomorrow
sucking
talking
JJ.
Star Wars. I love it.